for me. Hold on. Don't start without me. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to a fresh new, hot off the press Hazel stream. I'm going to take a moment, sort my life out. This is good. This is good. Ears. We need ears. And we need the game. Hello. Neat shirt. Thank you. It's really comfy. And I'm really appreciating it right now. It's so nice. Oh, new shirt? Yeah, I've worn it a few times before, but I got this when I went shopping a week or two ago. I got some new things to wear. A little change every now and then. Hi! Hello. Welcome. Alright, hang on. Does this have anything important written in it? What does it say? Order groceries. I did that! Go team! Okay, that can go away. We're gonna get this like a blankie. Cozy shirt season. And then stream over here. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Happy with this. I feel like that's a bit more. No, that's worse. I want the shelf in the shop, but I want me in the shop. Did I move my cabinet? That's probably what happened. Okay. Good morning from the land of 105 degrees today. I'd like to turn the thermostat on the sun down, please. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's a good idea in there somewhere. Have to go clothes shopping. Might have a government position coming my way. Fancy. Congratulations in advance, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Rooting for ya. Holy moly. Let's check out shellfish. Let's see what we can get into today. I want to keep farming that Pandaren tome that's above my head. We started farming that yesterday. I'm really happy with the format where I like pick a thing and I screenshot it. We put it on the digital vision board and then we just work on it. Dandy's boss, thank you for the 3-month resub. Plus sitting down and just like farming for a while sounds pretty nice. Although I do want to also do a few of these dailies, if not all of them, because that's just like some real easy power to gear, which will be helpful for me. So let's pick these up, maybe do a couple of queues. We can do like dungeons while we're saying hi, right? Seems reasonable. Man, 105 degrees. That's no fun. It cooled down here. Yesterday was the last day of our little itty bitty baby heat wave, and it finally got like 12 or 13 Celsius overnight. And I had the windows open and I had the fans on and it's lovely. It's so chilly in here that I have my hoodie blanket. If summer in top of your own, be nice to have some sunshine. Created a spin the wheel online with different WoW tasks. Made it so easy to decide what to do. Nice. I've done that with I've used that to pick what to have for dinner before. I'm that girl. I don't know what to eat. Fate, decide for me. I'm tired. Decision fatigue is a real thing. And I feel like if most people, they start the day and they can make like 30 decisions before they're like out of juice. I can do like 2 and then deciding to get up is one of them. And then by the time you put on your clothes, you're out. So everything else just has to happen. Love your channel, the content you do. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Haven't even made it up to 20 Celsius in a while. Oh, water good. This is what is this, a Heroic dungeon? I always just kind of thoughts and prayers and hope that somebody in this dungeon can like carry. Sometimes it's me. Here, where's my Holy Nova cape? Oh yeah, that'll more or less work. Currently working on a massive brain dump of all the things that inspire me. Nice! Those are always good to have. They're fun to look back on too. Oh, I keep mine. If I do them on paper and it's something that I don't think I'm going to hang on to, I take a digital copy and I save it in my archives, so when I'm feeling reflecty, I can go back and look at all of them. If you don't mind sharing, and you certainly don't have to, but what's one thing on your list? What inspires you?
Let me show you
I'm excited about today, although I think it's going to be a bit of a long day. I think tomorrow's going to be a bit of a long day. And we can do it. We can make it. It's 9 o'clock and we're on track, so that's good. Keep a dedicated notebook to planet art projects. Nice. Lomography, photography. Oh. How do you know if you feel reflective? Do you shine a light at you? It's when you start seeing your own light reflected back at you in the eyes of all the cats that you pass in a day. That's how you know. We need more gold making videos on YouTube. I like doing those. I don't know anything about gold making right now. This is the worst time in the expansion to make gold. It's awful. It's like the strat is give up. Give up and wait. You wait till the beginning of the expansion because nothing's worth anything. Everything crashes at the end of the expansion. I'm sure there are strategies. Obviously raw gold making doesn't go anywhere. And I was talking about doing a little bit of that just to kind of help clean out that Bima Miss Julan, the assistant vendor. But I might do some in the War Within if I find the mojo for it. Prep for next expansion. Throwing all the rules out the window. Oh, that's cool. That sounds really fascinating. Yeah. I like professions in the War Within because I like professions in Dragonflight. I do think that if somebody didn't like professions in Dragonflight, there are a few things that are improving for the War Within, but a lot of things are, like a lot of the core of the system is definitely still there, and it's something that can be helped with the occasional tutorial video. I want to farm too, but I overdid it. Wow, and chores? My arm is angry. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Body comes first. Mine is complaining a little bit too. But I think it's in a good way. I think it's in a good way. Gallery of examples. They sell reproductions of old cameras with faults. Oh. That's fun. Where are you from? Here. I'm from Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada, and that's also where I live. I moved back home a couple years ago. What is complaining? Everything. And it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Just give me an hour, and I'm gonna get up for stream break, and I'm just gonna fall over. I'm gonna try and get up, and I'm just gonna face plant. Just hit 90 degrees, stiff body, plank, down. Oops. I tried to step into the tub to take a shower this morning, a second shower, because I took one early before I left. And my bathroom's kind of weird and wonky in this rental. It's great, but the tub is like very high, so you have to be quite careful when you're stepping into it because you don't want to slip and fall down, and it's like a pretty big step. And never in my life have I had a hard time doing it, and this morning I tried to pick up my foot to step into it, and I didn't clear the edge because I couldn't get my foot up high enough. And I went, oh no. This is a problem. How you doing? Are you telling me? I've done a couple of workouts. I guess I should be more specific. I've been being very vague and saying exercise, and it is true that I've been learning exercise. But I'm not at like what I decided to do, and what I ended up signing up for first was actually a yoga practice. So I've started learning yoga in a studio is what's going on here. I should be very clear. Because I know I'm kind of making it sound like I'm doing like a gym workout, because I really did want to. But the yoga got me first. So I'm trying this, and I'm discovering that it is quite enough to get me toasty. I did not. At first I was like, oh man, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to have a nice little stretch and I'm going to do a couple cute deep breaths and it's going to be lovely. And true, but also ow. They are not messing around up there. Oh, my groceries are coming. That's what's new with me is Hazel's learning yoga. And Hazel's discovering that she signed up for more than she thought she did, but it's good because that's how you grow. Yoga destroyed me when I had to do it for physical therapy. I got up real early this morning so that I could go and I could do a practice before stream because I needed to fit a few in before my next class, or like my next like coaching class. And it's that thing again where if I know I'm waking up early for something, also this dungeon is disaster. If I know I'm waking up early for something, my body's like checking to see if it's time yet way too early. So like if I know I'm gonna get up at like 5 or 5:30 or 5:50, it's gonna wake me up usually at like 3 and then 3:30 and then 4 and then 4:30 and be like, is it time yet? Is it time yet? And I was doing that last night from like 1 until like 5:30 when I finally got out of bed. And I was having the weirdest dreams in between like waking up. There was one where Moose, my dog, who I sometimes affectionately refer to as my Moosey Bear, physically and literally in this dream became a bear. He became an enormous grizzly bear. And he was still, you could tell it was Moose. It still looked like him. He was happy to see me. He had his typical, his Moosey, happy to see mom energy. And I was like, oh, cute. Okay, I want to pet you, but also you're literally a bear right now and your teeth are very large. And I don't think you'd bite me because you're my Moosey Bear, but like, maybe I'll pet you later when you're not a bear. Like, my dog was randomly a druid. And then there was one where I was like late for my class and my mom was trying to take me, but I didn't bring my gear. Oh, man. Does Moose enjoy the downward dog position? I was practicing at home yesterday to try to learn the sequence. And Moose was just kind of watching me from down the hall, wondering what I was doing. Whoa. Kira is typically, if I'm trying to do yoga at home, Kira is typically the one that likes to get involved and in the way because she senses the yoga mat. I don't know how she sniffs it out. Maybe literally it's polyvinyl chloride, but she'll sniff it out and she'll come and she'll be like, ooh, new surface. And then you know how cats will sometimes like just sit on something because it's new. Miss Kira loves that game, and she'll try to like walk around and headbutt the ankles and the wrists and loaf up in places, so you're trying to get into your upward dog and there's just a cat in the way. It's a traditional upward dog struggle. It's the transitions to the different positions that wreck me. Yeah, it's a lot more muscularly engaging and cardio engaging than I thought it was going to be, because there's a very strong focus on doing one movement per breath. So there's kind of this, at least as a beginner, and I'm sure I'm going to learn how to like slow this down and control it better as I keep going, because I'm new to this and I'm not out of shape, but I'm certainly not like in great condition. I'm in woman who walks her dog a lot shape. It's a real thing. And so like as you start going through these sequences and you start getting out of breath, you start breathing faster, but because you're breathing faster, unless you can slow your breath down, that means you're going to be going through the sequence faster. Like there are places you can stop and take extra breaths as a beginner. But it was a bit of a vicious cycle where the more sweaty and out of breath I got, the more I was like, okay, next one, time to move, gotta go. Round is a shape, right? Maybe you should try goat yoga. I have yet to see any evidence of goats around. Get her a kitty yoga mat. I need to get me a better yoga mat. I got a cheap one because I was like, it's literally a grippy thing on the floor. What's the worst thing that can happen if I buy the cheapest one available? I don't even know if I'm going to like this yet. And it turns out that the worst thing that can happen if you buy the cheapest mat available is that it's super slippery, and then it's really slippery when you're sweating, which is always. And then you're trying to hold like the downward dog and your hands are just leaving. And that can be, but makes it way harder, but it's also a bit dangerous. So I tried a few things to help make it grippier. And I was talking to them today, and I think I'm just going to try and get a better one. Find something that will give me a little bit of traction.
Killads.
Never seen a slippery mat. Is it smooth? It's not, but it's coated in something. Maybe just from manufacturing. It's possible that I would just need to break it in, but it's really unclear how long that would take and how hard it would be until then. That the moment that my hands get sweaty, which happens pretty quickly, I'm losing it. Yeah. The mats they had at the studio are like really expensive, so I'm gonna shop around a little bit, but I might try to go out today because I'm going again tomorrow morning, and I want to have some. I had to borrow a mat from the studio today, and I don't want to have to do that because it makes me take way longer to get out of there because you got to clean it. How much is a good mat? The ones that they were selling were like, they had one for like $200 and one for $280, which is, I think, a little expensive. To be fair, the one that I bought was like $30, so maybe I had it coming. But there is a middle ground, I think, of mats that are around. I think Lululemon has some that people like well enough that are in the kind of $100-ish range. Because I don't want to make the same mistake again. I don't want to just keep getting things that aren't going to work. Oh no, not this. I just realized what scenario I'm in. I'm looking around. My team's gone. Somebody's dead. I gotta get into canon. That's right. That's how this works. I forgot. You know what? The only person who is allowed to tell me that I have to work harder is either somebody that I directly work for, which is nobody, or if I'm like engaging some kind of trainer or teacher, and you aren't any of those things. I'm over it. But yeah, the first day that I went was a while ago, and it happened to be like a very hot day. So it's not supposed to be hot yoga, but just because of the weather, it was cooking in there, and I was really worried. I was like, everybody was just like pouring sweat while we were trying to learn the sequence, and they were like at different points they were telling you that you were allowed to close your eyes and just kind of like, you know, focus and meditate a little bit for a while. But because we were standing, I was really worried that if I closed my eyes for too long, I would faint. And it was very, very, very wet. Isn't all yoga during the summer hot yoga? Yeah. Apparently. Not so bad if you go early. You just have to wake up. I need to find a way in my life to wake up early without... But actually sleep until the alarm. Like, I can get up at 5:30 or 6. Or even 5. Assuming that I've also... Hell if I know what I'm doing this one. I hate this scenario. It's the syndrome where you walk into a room and you forget what you're there for, except that every time I get onto a boat, I forget what I'm there for. Yeah, I can do that if I can get to bed a little bit early or take a nap during the day, and then also if I can sleep until my alarm. But it's not going to work if I just keep waking up at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Thank you, Make Yourself. That's very sweet. What is the point of hot yoga? Oh, I got a summon! Wait, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Hang on. If they're trying to summon me, there must be something I can click on in this boat that helps me go to the next boat. That's the ladder that gets me back on this boat. Oh no, never mind, it's over. I want to apologize to the team. I always get lost on this one. Life formats are the best, around 150 to 180. I'll have to see what they go for in Canada. I also would like something that I can get ASAP so that I don't have to borrow a studio mat again, because there's not that much room to like clean and dry them and put them back, and I really hate being in the way. I think also because I'm new, my form's just not that good. I think I'm not successfully applying pressure in the correct direction, and that's also causing me to slip. And as I build up and get a little more practice, that should hopefully stop. Oh, we've got a couple quests to turn in. That's fun. Go to bed without knowing when your partner wakes you up. Surely that isn't anxiety-inducing at all. I was a bit worried because I figured my plan this morning was if I was going to get up and go really early, I was just going to go and do it before coffee. Like, basically just wake up, a little water, wash the face, brush the teeth, grab the stuff that I packed the night before, and get out the door. Do the thing, and then have coffee after I get home. Because doing a lot of yoga with coffee freshly in my tummy did not sound like a good idea. I made the mistake yesterday of trying to practice, like, after lunch. Learned that one the hard way. Sorok Breaker. Oh, I got a thing! I got a thing! What did I get? I got this one! That was one of the things I needed on my list. It wasn't the one that's in the thingy doodle, but that's kind of cute. You could really thump some meat with that. Good way to turn yourself into a coffee fountain. Yeah, and we're not planning to offer that attraction for a couple more years at least. We have good bronze to spend? Let's get into like an LFR queue. So to get the LFR daily done, and also queue for the other two things. So if we did a heroic scenario, we want to do a normal one, and if we did a heroic dungeon, we want to do a normal one, just to get these caches so that I can get my gear upgraded. Might as well get the siege out of the way now. I got the thing I guess I got the thing I needed from normal siege. There are certainly things I need from heroic siege, but I want to, after my regular dailies today, I want to, or after like my queued dailies, I want to focus on that book mount. Maybe after that, if we can get the book, or not the book mount, pardon me, I have a book mount. The book transmog, the Pandaren tome that is currently displayed above my dome. Word.
Kilad.
Yeah, I want to focus on that, so that means going back to the Kun-Lai Summit and doing more questing up there. Besides, couldn't we all use a day off from Siege of Orgrimmar? Oh, Freddy's. We're up to 56k, which isn't too bad, especially because I have not set foot even once in the Trove of the Thunder King. I've not done that at all. That's, you know, the doubled spools are pretty nice. I'm happy I got a weapon just by accident. That's nice. Anything that we can carve off the list.
Your
Good stuff,
forces
good stuff.
are weak. The heart of the great
I
serpent
like to
will
take
not
most days
save
off
the
from Siege of Orgrimmar. Oh, hi, kitty cat.
Has been lifted
Welcome.
from my eyes.
Here,
Forgive
well,
me.
one second and I will assist you. Over here? Hi, sweetie. How you doing? I want to loot that, but I guess I could probably just get the loot in the mail. We got time. Yeah, these dailies don't take very long at all. Hello. The only problem with going out in the world to exercise is that I don't get to see my cat or my dog while I'm out. I have to just remember them. Although my phone wallpaper is a picture of Moosey, so I can see him. I should make another one of Kira for fairness. And then I should rotate them. But I've got a nice little picture of Puppy Moosey that I can see every time I pick up my phone to find out why my bus vanished. Finale of the European Championship is set. Spain versus England. Want to predict another sporting event? I've got a pretty poor track record this season. But what better time to turn it around? You could edit them together. That is true. That is true. I could digitally make them be friends. Time to get a pic of them together. Oh, man. It's just Moose being like, please love me, and Kira being like, no! Stay back, fiend. You shall not set paw upon this hallowed ground. But he gazes after her wistfully. He has longing when he's watching her. He just puts his head all the way down and he rests his chin on the floor and he's like, I miss her. When can I see her? Odds are much better if it's 1 out of 2. Alright. I'm picking England. Picking England. We're going for it. We're locking it in. Let me know when I'm right. And then if I'm wrong, just don't worry about it. When is it? When is the season finale? When is the season finale of sports? I will let you know. I'm not helping whatsoever. I am meant to be picking up barrels and running them back to the cauldron. Sunday. What's today? Thursday. I've been struggling with days of the week this week. Sean Color 2017, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Hi Hazel, hi Kira. Hello. Happy weekend to you. I hope you slept in. I thought there was a cave here. There's literally just a statue. I think I went too far. I did go too far. Here's a cave. Somebody's already been in here. I'm not helping in the slightest. I'm so sorry to everybody who gets stuck with me. Exactly when you turn off stream. Huh. You guys can let us know on Wednesday then. Will be the first time I'll be back. After that. Miss. We're still down 70. There surely have I got any? No, those are Holy Nova stacks. Surely there's a. All right, here we go. There's a mug. That's a little bit. The cave is literally the only place I know where you can get a bunch. Because I have 2. I have 2 jungle brew. Oh, here's a keg. And a mug. Okay. Defend the brew here. I guess, but like someone needs to get it or else nothing's going to happen, right? Do they bring it to you if you don't? There we go. That's something. We're making it somewhere. Oh, hey, it updated. It has a little counter now. Oh, uh-oh. 61 of 119. That is just barely over 50%. I'm only halfway there? What? Unless you want to do an extra 2 hours, which would be a surprise, but who is to say? Oh, certainly not me. Who? Any keggies? Any muggies? Any buggies? What am I saying? 4. I'm so terrible at this. Body clock wouldn't let me, but I did manage to get back to sleep until 7. And I had to get her to take my car to the garage. Oh, look at you all productive today. Sometimes it's better to not let your... I mean, nobody needs me to tell them this, but sometimes I find it's easier to not try to shift my sleep too much over the weekend and just keep it wherever I was trying to keep it before. Because sometimes it's nice to get up early on a day off and then just be like, oh man, it's super quiet. I could do anything. I could play video games at 7 in the morning. Who's going to stop me? Oh, there's a pirate over here. Do you have any beer? Can I have some? Give it. Sat up till like 4 a.m. playing with the Surface Book. Oh, nice. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Is it a laptop? It sounds like a Microsoft thing. Bled me for 1,000 pounds. Oh! Oh! I hope your car feels better. Oh my god! Sort of laptop? That's cool. I think I've seen stuff like that before. I've gone too far. How many am I holding? I'm holding 35. Here we go. We did it! Always better to, if you're gonna get fleeced by a car mechanic, always better to do it on your own time at least, and not like when you're halfway through a road trip or like late for a wedding or something, you know. Okay, GG. We made it. We did not get the fastest of. Oops, I was supposed to. Oh well. Hi. Oh, what? What are you doing? What are we doing here? What is this? I don't like where this is going. Sweetie, I don't think you're gonna fit on my shoulders like a parrot. Hi. Baba B5, thank you for the 22-month resub. Hey, Hazel. Hi. Whoa, careful. Normal newer gen iPad Air or something. Yeah, I think that the modern iPads are as long as it's compatible with the pencil, you don't need the Super Pro one. They charge a lot for extra computing power when the lighter models are also very good. They'll run the software you need. Kira thinks you smell like Moose is trying to cover it. Yeah, she's so sweet. Hi, Honeybean. Are you trying to give me a cat massage? Got a long tail. One off bill. Cam belt was 6 years overdue replacing. Would have written the car off if it snapped, so it's peace of mind. Nice.
The ancient vaults of the Mogul.
Hello. How you doing? Although her tail's right where the mouse goes right now. That's a little bit
No,
tricky.
the Mogul held considerable power over the stones.
I can
of the
feel
earth.
all
Their
two of my
magic
abs right
lingers
now.
Even centuries later.
This one's Abigail and this one's Abdul. It's an Animal Crossing joke. Looking your T-Mog farming. Back at solo shuffling. 78% of the way. Aw, nice. You can taste it. You're almost there. Oh, I didn't read the post yet, but I heard that Blizzard announced the end of the season without announcing the end of the season. Did you guys see that? I want to find it after this. It was something like the season's ending soon, and we'll tell you when, like, any minute now. But, like, just trust, okay? What kind of a post is that? It's like they want to be like, listen, we told you it was gonna end, but like, in my personal unprofessional opinion, you can't announce an end without announcing when it ends. Come on, you can't have it both ways. Yeah, it's like, I get that they're just trying to give as much notice as possible without committing to something that they can't follow through on or something, but like, I heard about that and I laughed a lot.
I'm sorry I did not tell you earlier.
You guys, how you guys doing on your season 4 goals? I've been done for a while, but only because I wrote off Vicious Mounts entirely.
Time to play. I will stay behind and investigate this dais further.
300 away from Keystone Master. Just don't feel like running keys. People have season goals? Yeah, it's certainly not mandatory. You can absolutely play WoW and live a happy life without them. But I like to try to get like the seasonal achievement for whatever content I'm trying to do while the season's current, just so I can get limited time stuff like the Keystone Master mount or the Awakened season mount, the Voyaging Wilderling. I like getting that stuff kind of wrapped up when I can.
What a shame for a
100% done. Waiting on pre-batch. Jacob, thank you for the 36-month resub. Happy 3 years to you. Happy 3 years, Hazel. Always been a lurker, but wanted to say how much I appreciate your positive and fun environment to lurk in. Aww. Shucks, Jacob. The final weapon box from Dragonflight. Nice. WoW had posted the end credits for The War Within. You should go through read all the names for content. What level do you get portals again? I think it's 10s now. It used to be 20s, and I think now it's 10s. I didn't bother doing it this season because I had those portals already from doing them in season 1 and 2. I don't want it. Has War Within lived up to new expansion hype vibes for you? Can't help but be more excited for Midnight. See, War Within is a patch in the way.
What is your purpose?
I would say that my hype is at like a 6.5 or a 7, but I don't think it really speaks to the content. I think it just speaks to where I'm at personally. I think that that I've got more WoW and WoW life separation than I used to. And one of, like, there's a lot of good effects to that of having my own life and feelings and things that I'm like that are really important to me being separate from WoW. There's lots of benefits, but it also as a slight detriment. I don't get crazy hyped for like launches or anything anymore. Like I'm happy. I'll play it. It'll be fun. But I don't get a ton of anticipation anymore, and I think that's just me changing as a person. Artemirs, thank you for the 5-month resub. Appreciate it. Still warming up to considering the idea of thinking about trying to figure out crafting orders. I love it. That's how I do anything new. Anything that's new for me. I have to do the exact same thing. Like, I have to think about considering it. And then I have to maybe consider learning about it. And then I have to think about whether or not I'm ready. And, like, there's, like, a lot of different stages that are all contemplating before I actually get to doing the thing. But I found that they usually do lead up to me doing the thing. So I don't rush through the considering phase anymore because it has its place. Perfectly normal. Not hyped, got that feeling too. Maybe there's a WoW 2 in the making. I wouldn't say not hyped. I guess I'm not hyped, but I wouldn't really be hyped about anything, is the thing. I feel like I'm just a little bit more level in general now. I don't think that they could put out anything that would make me, like, hyped anymore. I don't think there's anything that they can do. And that's not a fault on them. I think that's just me and my relationship with games now. Which... It sounds sadder than it feels. It feels nice. It feels good. I enjoy games a lot. I like playing WoW. I do it every day. But Stardew Valley 2. I think there's not going to be a Stardew Valley 2. I think there's going to be Haunted Chocolatier. It's always tough to say when he's actually done putting out content patches for Stardew, because sometimes he says he's done and then he's not. But I don't know if I'm going to play Haunted Chocolatier. I should try it. I'll probably buy it just to give Concerned 8 more of my money, because I feel like I owe it to him after all the time I've put into Stardew. Hop on the hype train every time an expansion's launching. Quite excited for the next month. I think I'll be a little more hyped, like, around launch time. Like, I feel like launch week will be very exciting. But you have to remember that for me, it's like a... And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. It's really cool to be able to do this for a living. But it's also a work crunch time. That's where there's a bunch of video deadlines. You're trying to stream longer hours to take advantage of all of the hype. It's a big kind of energy expenditure. Outside of just being excited. It plays a little bit differently for me personally. What am I doing? I'm spending my bronze. That's what I'm after.
What do you want?
Okay, bronze. Where we're at. 472. Are they all 472? No, some of these things need catching up still. We have 24k, so we can really just get everything here. Hope they put in more work in pet battles. I like it a lot. I hope they do something interesting with it eventually. I've gotten a bit bored with the format. I hope they do something that shakes it up a bit. But if they don't, I'm alright with that too. Alright, so I could do the weapon again. I just need more bronze for it. Or I could skip ahead and I could do the crown again. So up to 424. So my item level's coming along. It's not too bad.
Trust yourself.
Having a great time with Cozy Grove. I've not heard of Cozy Grove. It has 2 keywords that speak to me, though. Alright, I am after a Pandaren tome. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to hide this. I am at 61 of 119. I almost resent that. Like, I really wanted that number a few days ago to find out how close I was to done. And now that I've switched my focus to be just farming, like, one thing at a time, I almost resent it because, oh man, halfway sounds a bit intimidating. I don't know how far into this I'm going to get. But we can try for a little farther than we are right now anyway. Harvest some cozy from the grove.
Patience.
Having to put in a bit of overtime in my new job due to content getting released. Funny enough. Style of it looks and plays like Don't Starve, actually. Ah! Is it the same dev, or is it just kind of in that same vibe? Not gonna farm mog while time running, and now I'm farming all of it. It's just kind of peaceful. I find it addicting in like a nice, it's just sort of a soothing thing to do. Especially, and it's especially satisfying when now that I'm done with the vendors. I thought that was going to be the main bulk of my farming, but it turns out the vendors was just the prequel, and the weapons are the real end game for me. And it's nice because I don't feel any guilt about spending my bronze upgrading my gear, because there's literally nothing left for me to spend bronze on, which is a really great feeling, because now I'm excited to get bronze because I'm getting stronger and I can farm faster. You know, it all ties together. Plus, it's kind of nice to work on progress in something that I know it's like temporary, but I know I'll get to keep the appearances forever. So I'm meant to be doing these quests. I guess there's more stuff over here. Sure is peaceful. Lots of pieces to collect. Something like that. Make a good slideshow dad talking about vacations. I feel like a lot of families have one family member that's like a really good storyteller that people default to like relay the tales from family vacations and adventures and stuff and be like, oh man, you remember that one time? Not me. My grandfather tells wonderful stories. I always enjoy listening to him. Not yet decided if I find hunting rares or questing better for farming the zone drops. I think that the fastest way for me personally is actually mob grinding, but I don't enjoy it as much as I like questing. I think the thing that feels fun to me is questing and then hitting up rares when my rare scanner catches them. So like if I happen to fly by a rare, I'm excited to stop and kill it, but I don't want to go seek them out on purpose. And it's definitely not as fast as sheer grinding, but if it feels better, then that's the important thing. Started power leveling and realized at level 16 I was doing regular dungeons, not heroic. Oh, that's something. Little head start. Okay. I am slaying enraged Jinyu. That's what we're trying to do.
My wrath flows freely.
Hello, my dear friends. Hello, Scarlet. How are you doing on this Thursday? How are things in Scarlet Land? Hazelland is sore today. I've been doing yoga and my muscles are adjusting. They could be going better. I'm sorry to hear that. Finishing vendor items, been power leveling every class to 72. Oh, nice. Oh, you're hiding.
Tell me of your travels.
Should I do the thing where I like save up a bunch of cash just to open all at once again? No, I'd like to do that. Maybe not for like the very end of the stream. Although, nah, not for the very end of the stream. But we can fill up like maybe like one bag of them. That would be kind of fun. That might take a while. Trying to fill up a whole bag, especially because I have one so far. I've been questing this long and I've got literally one. There's a few more. Because it's not just the book that I need from this zone. There's 4 different transmog weapons that I could get, so I think I can pretty safely get that many and not worry about running out of mogs that I might need. Allie Pally with a 6-month sub in advance. Thank you for the faith in me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate it. Anyone having problems hearing Hazel over the game? I can turn it down a little bit. I can't turn me up anymore right now, but I can turn game sound down just a smidge. Let's do just a little bit. Sound balance is always a tricky one for me. I don't live monitor, so I kind of check it ahead of time and wing it, but it can be tricky if I end up speaking more quietly or louder, or if I turn my game up and down. Hazel turned herself up. We'd all be deafened. Joking. I mean, I do have more gain on my mic than I used to, so if I get really excited, I'm more likely to peak. Now the Chrome window playing something? Let's put these ones over here. That's fun. We like that. What do you think these guys are doing? Is it important? It must be, because they won't let me turn in my quest yet. Can you still speak if you live monitor? I doubt it. I think I would speech jam myself quite hard. There's probably some wisdom to doing it before you go live or early going live just to double check it. But I don't know what other streamers do. I just wing it. You guys, I rely on you guys a little bit too much. I think you guys usually tell me if I need to turn something up or down. Heard something about Chrome blocking ad block. I hadn't heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me because Google is like the ads are their business, and they've been trying to find new ways to stay ahead in the ad block arms race. Pools of corruptions cleanse, something like that. Yeah, the only reason to live monitor would be to check, like to listen to the sound to see how it sounds. I have visual like audio bars, but I'm not good enough to get a good idea of just looking at them. Adblock hasn't been working for me on YouTube anymore. I used to keep premium on a YouTube accounts that I could log into on any device that I wanted to watch YouTube on, because that would especially if I wanted to like put YouTube videos on the TV via a platform that doesn't have ad block naturally. It was nice, but it's also not free. I'm not accomplishing anything right now. This is not where I'm meant to be. This looks better. Hello? As a YouTuber, do you support the use of ad blockers? Do you still make ad revenue if a lot of people use one? I don't. The ads need to play for me to make ad revenue. But I am not going to sit here and tell people not to use ad block. I literally personally use ad blocking. I find a lot of the internet is not navigable without it. And if there's any particular resource that I find myself using a lot, sometimes I'll like sub to their premium program if it's just like a couple bucks a month to support the websites that I use. Sometimes I just ad block my way through life like anybody else. YouTube premium viewers. So if a viewer has YouTube premium to block their ads, those views I get paid for. But ad blocked views I do not. Premium for a bit now. Would rather quit YouTube than go back. It is very expensive though. Yeah, definitely not for everybody. When I was young, it was like a no-brainer for me to watch ads as opposed to paying for things, and the older I've gotten, maybe it's just me being privileged to have a bit of disposable income for stuff like that, but I will, anytime there's an option for me to like pay a few dollars to get rid of ads, I will almost always do it just to make my life better. I'm probably going to do it again for the Olympics, get the better version of CBC Gems so that I can watch the Olympics without ads. Although they're going to have to take breaks for ads anyways, but I don't know, I just don't want to watch them. Watch hours of YouTube every day. Premium is the way to go for me. What if they're funny though? Yeah, I don't know. Look up the funny ads on YouTube afterwards. The funny ads that I like are the hyper local ads you get in movie theaters. Like you'll go to the movie theater and some local car dealership will have taken out like a local theater ad to promote their Hyundai dealer or whatever. And those are amazing because they're always just like 3 dudes and a kid that work in the dealership trying to just like muscle their way through a jingle. And I feel like lots of places have those, and I find them very charming, which I think is the point. They've never convinced me to buy a car, but to be fair, that's like kind of a big life purchase that I feel like is... I don't know who watches a car ad and goes, you know what? Yeah, all right. Here, take 30 grand. But, yeah, those are fun. There was a really crazy one that is local to here that's like advertising the downtown core of Victoria as like a tourist thing. And they're like singing a song and doing a dance and talking about how life is great downtown. And it's a little bit tone deaf. Not like the song is in key, but it is not an accurate representation of what those areas look like when you are actually on them in real life. Your castle awaits you, my lord. J. Form and Matt Men, almost more entertaining in their sponsorships and their content. Fallen prey to fast food YouTube ads before. I see the ad. Close to your lunch break, payday, get takeout. Yeah. Those are, especially because like you know, you gotta eat. They get me sometimes too. Have you discussed Shadow of the Erd Tree yet? We haven't. I haven't played it. That's the Elden Ring DLC, right? I haven't even properly played regular Elden Ring. I had just started it. I am an absolute mess at it. It's fun, but it's not something that I took too terribly naturally. Miss the old WoW adverts. Those were fun. And from what word on the street is that the DLC is very challenging. That was what I heard. The main WoW ad that I remembered was the Mr. T one, obviously. That was a classic. And then they had this campaign in BFA that I remember that showed different people wearing Horde and Alliance merch, meeting in real life, and then suddenly becoming enemies. which was less memorable, but apparently memorable enough because I still remember it. What's your lucky do? Just getting the Night Elf Mohawk items in game. So many lucky doos. Munchies, crunchies, lucky doos, and loot. I watched the Lucky Do rap again, like, I don't know, a couple months ago. And now it's on my YouTube recommendations every time. They're like, you know what? You watch this once. You know what people who watch this once do? Is they watch it 5 more times. And they've got a point. Wad had a lot of cool ads for Grom, who was shelved in the expansion. Was he? I honestly didn't notice, although, to be fair to me, a lot of the orcs tend to blend together. There were lots of orcs.
Many greetings.
I remember in the intro you were rescuing the different warlords of Draenor, and they had like their nipple rings out, and they were all angry. And I was like, yep, look. they had their little like title intros and stuff.
The nose.
Song stuck in your head. You'll be singing it in bed. Masterpiece, truly. I wonder if it's annoying to have something that's that popular, but also is quite old, and having people, and I'm sure lots of people deal with this, like music artists and whatnot, they're like, oh man, I love your thing, and they say something that you made like 10 years ago. You're like, thank you. I've also done 10 years of work since then. Don't worry about it, not important. Nobody's obligated to have seen your more recent things. But I don't know if anybody wants to feel like they peaked 10 years ago. You rescued the Shadow Council. Warlords were trying to get you. Made no sense. Yeah. Something orcs. Something run from the big cannon. Or maybe I was on the big cannon. I remember people were drawing all kinds of obscene imagery with the trail of oil. That was fun. Give WoW players anything that they can trail behind them, and they will find ways to draw genitalia. Grender is considered doing a Lucky Do rap remix for remix so he doesn't get annoyed by it. Oh, that's nice. That's always good.
Punches.
Wasn't a long walk to make those. Oh, true. Yeah. Took me a moment to realize what you meant. It might take me some actual effort to fill up 36 slots worth of these. Hopefully there's enough quests around.
I have just the thing.
Cat, where are you going? What you doing under my desk? I wonder if I should sit in queue for LFR in between doing these things, or if I should just focus the questing. How many items am I missing from LFR? I wonder if I could just grind like one wing over and over again, if I'm not too worried about the queue times. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces from tier 14, many pieces from Throne LFR. That's what I'll do. I'll sit in queue for a Throne LFR wing, and I'll just do the same one over and over again. We'll do flesh shaping. And that way, you get a cache from it every time. Although, then I'm going to forget which caches are which, but whatever. That new owl mount, so beautiful. It is pretty. It's got like a little purple-blue eye effect that's a bit nice. It also has, like, spines. What was a lot of orcs grunting their way to Legion. I liked Shadow Moon Valley with the casters with their robes. The purple ones, I guess they were Shadow Moon, literally the name of the zone. I liked that. That dungeon was cool. The zone was neat. The outdoor area was fun. The robes showed a tasteful amount of side cleavage, you know, like, what's not to love? It's a draconic owl. Can't do ride-along? People were also telling me yesterday that I'm not allowed to ride it on dragon races. It will change me to a different dragon if I try to start a dragon race on this one. Which is mean. Blizzard's bullying me. What time is it? I guess if I'm in queue for this, Oh, that's a 31-minute queue. That's not happening in a hurry. Unlocked my garrison and alt last night. Honestly, wouldn't mind going back to WoD for a remix. I think it could be kind of fun. There is some lovely questing in WoD. I would love a good excuse to play through just the main zone quests again. It was a bit on rails. I feel like WoD was the most formulaic of any questing that they had done. They kind of loosened up a bit after that. But it did make it very tight to go through. I'm gonna take a short break right now. I will be right back. Time to go. Don't leave without me. All right. Hazel's cat form. Yeah, there are a lot of public events on different timers. It's nice that they're staggered, but it's a lot to remember. Apparently, if Hazel wants a queue to pop, all she needs to do is go AFK. Yeah, that certainly was less than the 30 minutes it said it was going to be. This should be a fairly quick LFR wing, although I have a feeling that the grummels, which is a word that my brain really wants to read as grummies. My grummies. My grummies aren't being escorted. I might lose them. They're not gonna make it without me. Anyone hear the queue sound? Start looking through tabs for WoW. Wait me. I'm terrible for opening a screenshot and then forgetting it's a screenshot and trying to click buttons on it with my fingers if I'm on my phone. Dungeon popped. Rimworld. I don't think I knew that there was a game for that. Has anybody ever made a credible Discworld RPG of any kind? I am sort of playing Priest. It's Remix. I'm playing Try to Remember to Press Lifestorm so that the boss dies. I did not remember, so we're 0 for 1 so far. But I am going to be a Priest main of the War Within. That's my plan currently. Unless I absolutely pop a gasket and lose my marbles and decide to play Hunter.
Your flesh, yes, so
Downside of having this burst of creativity is I struggle to avoid planning too many projects. Sometimes it's nice to just have like a big document full of them. And then when you're ready to actually get started, you just pick a couple, like 2 things so that you can kind of switch between them when you get bored. And there's nothing that says that just because you're planning them means you need to start them anytime soon. You know, you're brainstorming. It's all good. Is it too late to start remix? No, not at all. I had everything that I wanted collected from Remix, like from the vendors, in, I want to say 3 weeks. Ish? Approximately? And that was before buffs, so I would say 3 weeks just to be safe and not make yourself go too hard, depending on how much time you have to play each day. But as long as there's that much time before the end, which I believe there still is. I think there's way more. And yeah, it's possible that they crank the buff again to make it even faster later on. Not confirmed, but possible. Gonna go for it. Nice. Do you like to play the healer role? I always get stuck healing and tanking because my mates need them. Don't mind, but nowadays it feels weird if I play DPS. I have found through a lot of trial and error that healing is my favorite thing to do. I also enjoy DPS, and it's nice for me to keep DPS ready to go in case my healing is not needed. It's useful to be able to flex, but I love healing. I love it so much. It's so fun. It's everything that I want from the game.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Love my gnome shadow priest, but I keep going back and forth between gnome and human. Gave my dog Jane a bath this morning. Now she's pouting, but she smells nice and looks like a cotton ball. Oh, grumpy cotton ball. Moose gives me that. Most times I do anything. trim one toenail, and he's like, Mom, how dare you cut off my foot? How could this happen to Moose? I got a weapon, but I'm wondering if I needed it. I needed the item ID, that's something. Kinda think I might try out Drakthir Shadow Priest when it's possible. The glide? Yes! Escort the grumbles. Where are my grummies? Oh, I can see them on the map. I wonder if... Oh no, it's not up. I was gonna say, maybe Shaw's up. It's not. Let's just keep queuing for flesh shaping, because now I'll get an extra loot piece from every time I run it, because you get a cash for repeats. Oh, I lost him. See you later. Priest is my favorite healer class. Holy Priest specifically. There's lots of them, and they're all fun in their own way. I don't think any of them are bad. But Holy Priest is my preferred flavor of healer.
Oh, many greetings.
I like it. I like reactionary healing as opposed to precautionary healing. I like the gameplay of whack-a-mole. And I like the gold glitter. Gold glitter, cloth robes, max range. A very, very traditional kind of MMO healer experience. It's very important that once you start the nails you finish, because you can't learn that you can win. I've been doing them in very, very short doses just to try to make it seem like it's not so bad so that he doesn't hate it. But also, it's awful because I have terrible nerves and you need a lot of guts to be able to hold his paw still and clip it hard enough to get through his nails, because his nails are like real thick and tough, even with these big sharp shears that I have. And it's just murder on my nerves, because if I get nervous, then he gets nervous, and it's just, ugh. We're doing it, but I hate it a lot. When I clip her nails, I say, "Give me those tootsies," and then she hides all her feet under her body, but wags her tail because she thinks it's a game. Sometimes I'll take a damp cloth to wipe his face to help clean, like, eye boogies off of his face. And he knows... He makes a big game out of trying to run away from that. I don't think he minds it much when I do it, but I have to, like, catch him off guard, because if he sees me coming, he's like, "Oh, we're doing it!" And he starts bouncing around and trying to play keep away. Trying to steal the cloth, that kind of thing. Best healing class for retail for someone who panics easy. What do you guys think? I think the good news is that panicking is the main gameplay of healing. That's when all your best moments happen. Sneak attack. He tried stealing shoes once or twice. He was talked out of it fairly easily, thankfully. I now proudly have an open shoe rack with no concerns, which is a huge relief, because I was worried. For a while, we had our shoes in shoe jail, which was where his decommissioned crate just became a place to lock the shoes into so that he couldn't get them. And it was a mess to try to, like, find your shoes and get them out of there, and I would scrape my arm on the wire every time. And I'm really glad we're done with that now. I need a snack. Press the panic button.
Many greetings.
I wonder if Shaw might be up soon. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm tempted to camp it, but it's not really what we're doing. I guess we can go rescue Brother Rabbit's foot. Isn't healing all about panic pressing buttons every now and then? I think it depends on what level you're healing at. I think at the very bottom levels and the very top levels, there's less panic and more either going with the flow or planning. Very, very good players in the top level will already know an emergency is going to happen before they go into it, because they know which pulls are going to be difficult or which parts in the boss fight are going to be tough. And they have already worked out ahead of time amongst their other players and themselves who's going to use defensives, how many, when. So it's basically just choreography at that point, but most people don't play like that. The middle ranges is where I live, and that's where you occasionally get a healthy amount of panic, because that's when you're in a key and somebody like butt pulls something, all of a sudden you're fighting a double pack, somebody misses a kick, somebody's phone rings, somebody's dog jumps on their lap. All of a sudden it gets exciting. But that's my favorite. I love nothing more than finding the cooldowns and the order to, and also just like being overgeared enough to be able to absolutely smash my group through something that we shouldn't have been able to kill. It's very fun and exciting when you get a chance to do it. Sometimes people die. Sometimes people are going to die no matter what you do. And it takes time, I think, to learn not to take that personally, depending on who you are and what kind of person you are. It took me time not to take that personally because my default is to take everything personally. I'm nothing if not neurotic. What's a defensive? How much damage does? Get to learn how to trim new Katie's toenails. Katie looked pretty chill, hopefully not too bad. Miss Kira is much nicer about her toes than Moosey is, but I've also been doing her toes for a lot longer. My only trick to that, aside from the normal advice of like desensitization and whatnot, is just rampant bribery. Every time I trim her nails when we're done, she gets a treat. She gets a couple of them. So now when she puts up with me because when she knows that as soon as I'm done, she's like, "Where is it? You owe me." Meow. Like it's really funny, but she knows exactly what's coming next, and I feel like it makes her more patient with me. She still squirms a little bit, but I'm usually able to be like, just give me a minute, and then put her back in my crook of my arm and then keep going. But she's much smaller than Moose, which makes it a lot easier to trim her nails because I can physically move her in a way that gives me a good angle on them, and I'm still really struggling to find the right position to even do Moose's nails from because the dog's big. You get nails, I get treats. Doesn't a scratch pole take care of the need to trim nails? Not in my experience. Very important to have, especially if you want to save your furniture. But I find, if anything, she's sharpening her nails on them. You definitely need to keep cutting the nails, because if they get too long, they start curling over, and they can be uncomfy for paws, and they can get caught and stuff too. I find that if she starts getting caught in blankets and fabric and carpet and stuff, it usually means that her nails are getting too long because they're curving too much. Level 20 Holy Priest, just solo the heroic I've done. Didn't get to attack anything. They're most likely a trial account character that's been doing that for a bit with just like a crazy cloak for their level. Moosey doesn't like having his ears messed with, though. I've been working on it, because I know the vet's going to need to look inside them, and they're going to give me a talking to for not vet training him well enough when he's like, "Hey, leave my ears alone." But they're real big and floppy, and he does not care for when you open them up. Because you gotta look in there sometimes. Moosey does not like that. He won't bite you or anything, but he will squirm. He'll squirm real good. Who likes having their ears messed with? I mean, have you ever had an ear massage? It's not too bad. It's got something going for it. Have not. Yeah, not something you would necessarily get at, like, I don't know. I've only ever had them or given them to people I was very close with before, but they're nice. Tell me more. It's basically just massaging out your ear cartilage. It feels very nice. Helps get some blood flow through there. You're not like yanking on it, but that's exactly what it sounds like. It's an ear massage. I don't need any more XP to my cloak. I'm already level 70. Discounted ear massages at the massage booth in your local mall. I haven't been to get a professional massage in years and years and years. And I've only ever had one from somebody who was not my mother, like maybe once or twice. But I'm starting to consider it now, because I feel like I could get some real mileage out of it. I think it could help me a lot. But oh, I got a dagger I needed. Nice. That's one appearance off the list of Throne of Thunder LFR appearances. Well, I think it's great that I'm getting out more and I'm doing things that are scary for me and I'm like stretching my boundaries. I'm also, all of these things are things that cost money, and I also need to make sure I'm spending some time doing some things that will make money so that we don't run out of money. Wife likes massages too. I find the whole premise very uncomfortable, but I can see the appeal and the benefit of having a professional work on you. Shadow Legends streams soon. You never know. Never say never. I mean, the game's been around long enough. Must be surviving on more than just the marketing budget, right? It must work. It must function. I still am kind of unclear on what the game is. What is Pandaren Tome? It's a transmog. I've got a little screenshot of it right above the text there. It's a Pandaren Panda Remix transmog that is available from the Kun-Lai Summit on any character that can loot offhands. It's the next thing I'm targeting. It's not in Throne of Thunder. I'm just kind of doing this to shake it up a little bit as we go. Yeah. That's a good question. It's a gacha game? Oh. Earth and Jokes and Flirts have been released. We must review for science. You practice typing your credit card number as fast as possible.
4, 3, 2,
I see.
1.
Beware.
I was gonna say I'm holy locked. What am I gonna do? Well, the answer is Lifestorm. I'm gonna Lifestorm. I'm trying to fill this entire bag up with treasure boxes and then open them all up at once to see if I can get some loot that I need. Can we? Please. Yes. I'm on tenterhooks. Oh, get a pre-patch announcement. Yeah, that would be nice. My money's on the 23rd, although the 23rd is kind of soon. It's like a week, less than 2 weeks now. Would they do it on the 30th? Getting impatient. Yeah, hopefully we find out soon. Also very much like to know. The day that comes out is the day that I'm done farming from Remix, whether I'm finished or not. I think there's going to be too many things that I want to do in pre-patch. Maybe there'll be time. Maybe I'll be able to finish my pre-patch goals like quite early and then come back to Remix, but I think that that pre-patch will spell the end of my Remix journey. I'm really sad if the sponsorship won't be from Manscaped. You know you want a free hair clipper. I don't know if they would take me back. I turned them down. What did I say in the Dollar Shave Club bit that I did once? Years and years and years ago, I did a Dollar Shave Club bit for the news videos. I had like a run of 4 of them. And in one of them I said something about how you could use them to shave your finger hair to make your hands more aerodynamic so that you can DPS faster. Something along the lines of that. It was something really silly. How is Madam Kira today? Miss Kira, how are you doing? I think she's good. People still use Dollar Shave Club? I only just recently ran out of razor heads from them. I had a big backlog because I was subbed to it with my own money for a long time, but I didn't go through them as often as they thought as the monthly subscription. So I had like a bunch of them saved up that I was working through for a while. I need to destroy Coco's altar, and unfortunately for me, I don't know where I'm going. How long do you think before we see the next remix? I am inclined to think it'll be saved for the end of the expansion, because I don't think they're going to have any sizable gaps mid-expansion that it would make sense to drop a remix. I think it'll be an end-of-expansion thing. Shellfish lives in this cave now. This is home. Well, we try that side. We try that side. Maybe up top. Must be something doing up top. I don't need him. I think we'll get a vote on the next remix. I mean, that would be fun, but I bet you they're just going to pick one. I bet you that they're going to decide what the next one will be. Oh, it is outside. Would you look at that? We found it. No reason to collect everything. I think the thing though is it's helping you catch up on collecting things from expansions that are many years old. And they're adding new things so quickly that it's not like you're gonna run out of I'm never gonna make it. It's not like you're gonna run out of things to collect. It just kind of over time would maybe shift your collecting focus from very old content to newer content. That may not be what you want, but I don't think you're going to run out of stuff. Would you look at that? They caught a pig. Tac-tac salter. Hello, Tic-Tac? Lip is in pain. What happened? That's the worst. I'm awful for that. Anytime I have any small thing, especially if it's on my face, I pick at it for way too long. I know I shouldn't, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes knowing's not the battle.
Greetings, friend of
Okay.
the Brummels.
I'm gonna fill up this whole bag. I'm gonna do it. Or halfway, over halfway there. Hey y'all. Hello, Mr. Sonic Gen. I hope you're having a nice day today. Want BFA remix? It'll be so good without all the Azurite grind nonsense. What if they did a Shadowlands remix and it let me get everything without needing to ever grind Anima? That would be cool. I'm sure Anima won't be that bad once I can comfy solo all the raids and stuff, but like, ugh. In my professional opinion, bulk. How come goats are so cute? They're just so knobbly, you know? Like, they just look so... They look so funny. How goes it today? Hi, Meg. It's going pretty good. I'm having a... I pretend to be a real grown-up day where I got up real early to go out and get some exercise this morning before I came back and got cleaned up for stream. I've been motoring. Love the goats at petting zoos. What kind of keyboard do you use? I use a mechanical keyboard with Cherry MX brown switches. This model is a Logitech of some description. It's a G610, but I find that the model matters less than the switch type, assuming that the basic quality is all right. Look at you adulting in the wee hours. It's very unlike me. I felt a bit strange amongst other morning people, being like, these have never been my people. But it is kind of peaceful going out and doing stuff at that hour because there's so many businesses that aren't open that the streets are quieter, and it's kind of nice. I felt less uncomfortable being out at that hour than I do being out like later in the day when it's busy. Need answers? Does anyone know when they changed the model for Rams? Questing through Stone Talon saw the new Ram models, could not remember for the life of me when if they announced the model change. Don't mind me. This still looks old. Let me find another one. That still looks old. There must be newer ones. That looks really old. Oh, Ram mobs. Oh, okay. I have no idea. Sometimes mount models will get updated when they do mob models. Tall Striders are a really good example of that. Where are they? Like these things. These things got like a big overhaul. And they did the enemies as well as the friendly ones. For Shadowlands patch when they became tameable. Oh. Oh, I got stuck on this quest when I was here earlier. Why did I get stuck on it? What was tricky about it? Something was weird about this. I think it was just a funny interact. I think it's just a funny angle. Yeah, that's what happened. Why did my long-haired cat decide a stretch of warm, humid, rainy weather was the time to cozy up to me on my desk while I work? I like the format of your question, kind of sounding like a riddle. Why does the long-haired cat emerge from the mountain at night? Son of the Beast is the only Corehound that matches the mount after they upgraded the Corehound models. This guy's so angry. Also, he's kind of shaking my screen a little bit. Oh, sorry, kitty cat. Kitty, I feel like Humpty Dumpty that fell off the wall. Can you put me back together?
Many greetings.
Okay. We're getting there. Oh, I didn't finish rescuing the imprisoned grummies. We're missing some. End up with cat hair stuck all over me. I've just accepted that being covered in cat and or dog hair is kind of my life. If I'm going anywhere that I actually really want to look presentable for, I do keep a lint roller by my door so I can kind of peel a layer off that and have a go at my pants real quick. But most of the time, I'll be like out and I'll see the dog hair on my pants and I'll be like, aw, I miss him. You get to bring him with you anywhere you go. I mainly see other dog people, so people generally understand.
You smell of good fortune.
Smell of good fortune.
What's your lucky do?
He sounds suspicious. What's your lucky do? What if you get it from the first box? Well, then hopefully I get a couple of the other items that I also need from the later ones. It is possible. This is just more fun than opening them as I go. I like having a bigger moment with a bigger chance. And you know us, we're all about fun. There's no sense in doing things optimally if we're having not the best time. I'm lucky that neither of my animals has fur long enough that would get matted. Moosey can get muddy, and sometimes he can get kind of grimy if he needs a bath, but his coat's not long enough to actually tangle. Packers packed. Packers packed? Pardon me? Green Bay? Leaving for vacation?
Greetings.
Bunch
friend
of football player
animal.
suitcases. Packless packer. Oh, I see. Are you going things optimally? Just optimized for fun. Yeah, exactly. You get it. It's optimized for me. Plus, the very best thing about optimizing something for you is that you're not doing it wrong. If anyone tells you that you're doing it wrong, it's because they don't understand what you're trying to do. I'd like to report that the computer has returned. Oh. I won't lie to you, I only 35% remember the story. I would love a refresher, though. Was it in the shop? Same cat gets mats, makes her crabby, but trying to cut them out gets me scratched. Aww. Yeah, I bet it's tough. Can you roll a burrito? I can roll a burrito if it's important. But when I'm just making food for me to eat, I overstuff the burrito because if I'm making burritos, I'm hungry. And of course, when it's overstuffed, it gets like impossible to fold properly. And I don't have that Chipotle expertise that lets them just like cram 4 kids and a donkey into a tortilla and then still get the thing shut. So, I lately just give up. I just toast the tortilla, slice it into strips, stick it in a bowl with the rest of the stuff. I don't even bother trying to fold it properly, but I do technically know how.
Oh, I have just the thing. Wanderer.
Also, apparently we're getting a Chipotle here. It's quite the topic on the town. Press the sleep key in Remix Raid. Wouldn't turn back on. Broke the graphics card somehow. Oh no! But it's back. Am I done here? I see a lot of finished quests. That's a good sign. Yeah, your remix characters are going to be stuck in remix for most of pre-patch. Unfortunately, remix just ends so late. Those are the words I'm trying to say. That you're going to be a little bit out of luck. It would be nice if they gave us an option to yeet a character out of remix early, but they haven't announced anything like that, and I'm not expecting it. If anything, maybe it would be something they would build for next time. Because it would be a big quality of life feature, especially if it gives you like a nice big warning thing being like, once you leave, you can't remix anymore. Are you sure? And then if you go, yes, please, maybe they would let you then spit them out into retail. There's no reason. I don't think there's any good reason to force you to stick into it. Alas, that is where we are at today. Workaholics had a bit about Chipotle's magic burrito rolling powers. Warlocks walking among us. Starter trial account characters can collect transmog. They can't mail anything, but you don't need to. If you buy something on that character, it'll get added to your account. What is your favorite go-to quick snack? Lately, I've been exceedingly lazy, and I've been taking the cheaty way out and just eating granola bars because I can just kind of grab them and then it's over. I'm not a huge snacker. I don't often eat between meals.
What is your
Sometimes yogurt and granola, and then sometimes like a peanut butter toast or peanut butter toast with banana, although that's basically breakfast at that point. I scarfed a granola bar before I left this morning just because I wanted to eat something just so that my blood sugar doesn't fail me, but I didn't want to eat very much because I didn't want to see it again. How do you become a non-snacker? Asking for a friend. I am not a health expert. My instinct is that different people have different needs, and trying to force your patterns to change is probably not the way to go. But as always, all food nutrition stuff, definitely consult with actual medical professionals. Be very cautious of info online. I know one thing that was a factor for me, and it wasn't really a good thing, but my teeth are a mess. My gums are a big mess. I have moderately advanced periodontal disease, which means that I have to spend a lot of energy and tools and different ways to clean my teeth to actually get my gums clean. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. So naturally, if I've done that in the morning or after lunch or something like that, I don't want to eat again and then have to and then either have food in my gums, which is gross and also painful, or have to do it all over again. I was more inclined to not eat between meals because I was like, I just cleaned my teeth. I don't want to do it. I just got good. So yeah, I don't recommend periodontal disease, but that is one factor for me that makes it me less likely to crack open food. If you have never been a snacker, it's easy. Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. I don't think I've ever been a huge snacker. I would bring, if I'm doing something really active, then it's more important because I don't know about you guys, but if I'm hungry, I'm hangry. I'm emotionally hungry. I need food now, or else I'm not having a good day. So if I'm doing something where I'm going to be hungry, it's going to be longer before a meal, then yeah, I'm going to want to pack something to eat. But on a normal day, I usually can get by without it. Fair autumn blood. I'm excited to have a fresh delivery of groceries to work with. We've been kind of eating scraps for a few days, and hopefully I'll be able to actually make a few things that might be just home-cooked food. That's kind of my bar. I'm not even trying to cook home-cooked super healthy food right now. I know that even if I make not healthy food, if I'm making it at home, it's still going to be better for me than takeout, generally speaking. So I've been trying. It's hard. Cannot roll a burrito, but I am getting better. This one barely fell apart at all. Oh, I'm proud of you. Sounds like me. It's always very satisfying when you make something yourself. And I always feel that's the thing that helps me eat better when I do manage to eat better is reminding myself and remembering how much better I feel after I've eaten well. Because now that I'm in my 30s, there was a pretty sharp change for me where when I eat poorly, I feel like garbage. I used to be able to eat poorly. Not that I did it all the time, but I used to be able to eat like snack food and junk food and candy and desserts and then be like normal. And now I'm like paying for it if I do it. So I'm weighing out, do I really want to feel miserable for the next like 12 hours? Is this really worth it? And if it's not, then you find something else to eat. Hard when it's just you cooking for you. I had a hard time with that when I was living alone. There are like tips and solutions. Things that you can make in big batches and then save leftovers and freeze leftovers are super helpful. And also great because there's nothing better than having food ready that you just have to heat up that you made yourself. But I definitely eat a lot better now that I'm a household of 2 adults and a couple of pets. I definitely bridged a few gaps with some protein smoothies when I was living alone because I didn't know how to do it any other way. Times that you can just eat junk with no repercussions. Yeah. Yeah, when adults told me that I wouldn't be able to eat like that my whole life, I thought they were just talking about, like, weight gain. I didn't know that, like, I would get headaches and my tongue would split open and, like, your digestion just gives up and, like, it's just a mess. I may have some allergies. That's something I should probably talk to a doctor about. But, like, did I really need cake? I don't think so. I can find plenty of food without it. Shelf-stable snacking. Nuts, raisins, cheese? Stuff like that. Trail mix. 58 in October, eat a lot of the same thing when I cook. But I definitely eat lots of food when I eat. I do big portion sizes. And then the trouble is trying not to get too sleepy. We are so close to having enough of these berries. The fact that they have an action button kind of upsets me. That makes me think that I'm going to need to use them for something, but maybe it's just an option. Eat pretty fast, I find that I can eat a lot. You're not supposed to do it, but I am bad for eating in front of the TV to the point that it is difficult for me to eat without a show. Like, I won't eat as much without a show, and it's important that I eat all my food. So, like, I'll put on the TV to help me get through my meal, which is totally a crutch. Not healthy. Don't recommend. Do what you gotta do. Lost my appetite last few weeks. Same 3 to 4 weeks, the whole week for a month, or if it's just because of the heat. Very well could be a combination. Used to not watch anything while eating growing up, but now I do it all the time. Yeah, I know I'm probably at some point in my life going to have another phase where I'm really into mindful eating and I'm trying to pay more attention to my food and not watch shows while I eat. But that's a self-improvement journey for later me. I'm on a different one right now, you know, like one at a time. I'm not going to change my life overnight. I've tried that. It's a bad idea. It doesn't work. Oh, it's a cute bow on their horn. That's a later me problem. Do our daily Wordle with my partner over dinner every day. Aww. Bless my partner for putting up with me. We do a bunch of the games, and I just lay on the couch and I tell him ideas and then make him type them. And I don't always have the best spelling when I'm trying to invent words for spelling bee. And I'm like, well, what if we try spelling it these 5 different ways? Are you ready? And he's like, oh, fine. We've almost filled up our bag. So a few of these boxes, a couple of them are from Throne of Thunder LFR, which means they're not eligible for the Pandaren Tome. But it does mean that there is still Mog that I could get from them. It's just not the one that I want specifically at this particular time. Burlap Trail Hosen. Am I getting this Yeti drunk? I think I'm getting this Yeti drunk. Don't have a kitchen table or dining table, only have the coffee table. Putting something on my PC to watch. Yeah, I used to eat at my desk a lot. Now I like eating at the coffee table. Partly because that's where the TV is, and partly because it's... Okay, well, I've done a terrible job. Can't I just... Oh, I can't kill them normally. I have to do the thing. It's... I find I'm more comfy sitting on the floor or on the couch than sitting upright at a regular chair. Maybe if I get my back stronger, it will be comfier for me to sit up like a regular human being. But for now, I'm gremlin mode. Lots of good stories start with I'm gonna get this Yeti drunk. Shall I try hard and read these abilities? Leap Smash. 10-second cooldown. Leaps and smashes. Clears the cooldown and Hosen Snack. Oh god. Hosen Snack. Snatches up a nearby Hosen and takes a bite, restoring 30% of her max health. So it's important that we're snacking as we go, and the Leap Smash resets the cooldown. So we would snack and then leap. We also have Headbutt, which is a frontal cone. So we want to use our frontal cone and then Hosen Snack. And then if we can just try to snack on cooldown more or less. And then if we smash, that's good. And then we can snack. Yeah, there we go. Amazing reading. Who would have thought? I still might need to try this a few times, but I have a better understanding of what we're looking for now. Also, my keybinds for this are not automatically intuitive. My bad. Only 43. This is tricky. Used to be horribly scaled and I kept dying to the Hosen. It still seems a little dicey. I do lots of damage though, which is good. Sounds like you should have a snack now. We were so out of groceries this morning that my partner got me Tim Hortons for breakfast. It was very sweet. I had a bagel and some hash browns and a cup of coffee. Although the coffee was not from Tim Hortons. Also died a lot here. It's pretty validating. I was a little embarrassed. Even when it's falling apart, would recommend a burrito. What do you put in yours? What is your go-to homemade, home-rolled, ujai rolled burrito? Not a fan of Tim Hortons coffee. I never have been. And apparently it's gotten worse. I don't get drinks from them anymore. I just get food. Looking forward to pre-patch? When do you think it'll come out? Hopefully on the 23rd. That's my guess. Along with many other people that are smarter than me. Tasty filling in round bread. Dude, I was looking at a panini press that opens up to be like a griddle because of course I was. Who am I if not overwhelmingly tempted by kitchen appliances I don't need? Oh no, I'm gonna die. I don't want to. No. I was so close. And there was like a picture on the advertising for it that depicted somebody making flatbreads on one half of the open griddle and then roasting vegetable kebabs on the other one. And I thought to myself, ooh, and then I also thought to myself, you will never in 1,000 years do this. You could live to be 1,000 years old and you will never once make your own flatbread on this weird little griddle appliance. It's not gonna happen. If you were gonna do it, you would have done it by now. You have a cast iron pan. You're not bereft of tools. But we do make grilled cheese pretty often, and I'm also kind of a tuna melt girly, so it's not outside of the realm possibility that I indulge myself and end up with one anyways. Who's to say? Bagels for breakfast, so many carbs. I live on carbs. That's how I get through my day. Cuisinart. Yeah, that's the one I had my eye on, was the Cuisinart Griddler, not sponsored. Although, imagine if they sent me one. They don't need to send me one. They would be depriving themselves of like $130. They know I'm gonna buy it. Usually make a lentil filling, lentils, onions, peppers, corn, taco seasoning, cheese, crema, done. Love your hairstyle when you go in pink or purple again. I'm not planning to color it again anytime soon. I got rid of the rest of my bleach. I'm happy with the natural super short curls right now. I did see I got some pictures from last summer of my partner and I and the puppy. And I had like the pink buzz cut, and it was pretty cute. It was pretty cute in some pictures and not so much in other ones. It was very lighting dependent. Burlap trail hosen. What do you... No! Oh, is it a daily? It doesn't look like a daily. Is it a daily? Hang on. It is a daily. Okay. I'm not doing that again. I did that once. That's enough. Man, I probably didn't even need to do it once. That was probably totally optional. Ooh, Scritch just showed up. Did you ever reveal all the wigs? I didn't. No, there's still one more wig that was never revealed. My wig era came and went, and there's still a secret wig you guys haven't seen. I'll find the right time to fit that in one day. Cannot believe it. I can believe it. I set the sub goal way too high. I wanted to get 1,000 concurrent Twitch subs, and that was a big ask. Are we gonna see it? Yeah, 1,000 subs. Could be a member video. Anarchy Moose, thank you for the 45-month resub. The new 6-month mount is surprisingly ugly. I love it. That is a take I don't know if I've had before. How many boxes have you collected? I want to fill this whole bag and then I'll open them. I am level 70 already. I'm trying to collect a piece of transmog and I wanted to have lots of chances for suspense. What's it look like? Wouldn't you like to know? Business is going to pick up with War Within, as is tradition. I think I will get out of it what I put into it, and I will put into it as much as I reasonably can with respect to my health, mental and otherwise. I'm trying to make peace with that. It can be very stressful to be like, there's big opportunities, they're passing me by. This is, you know, if I was just working harder, I could be making XYZ money and I could be good for XYZ years, and it's very hard to just like relax and let some of that go and try to focus on living your best version of yourself. But it's also important for me because I know if I grind too hard, I burn out drastically and then I'm useless for like 2 years. Oh, hey, flush it with that. Got a pixie cut for the very first time and I love it so much. Oh, awesome. Didn't feel super confident right away in this lawn chair, but later I felt so good. That was always tradition for me. I relate to that a lot whenever I would get haircuts in salons, is I would almost invariably hate it in the chair. And I would lie. Like, I would lie my butt off to anybody that ever touched my hair. Because I knew that it wasn't them, and it wasn't a bad haircut. In one case, when I was very young, it was. But I know that it's not the haircut, it's just that I hate change, and you change on your own visual of yourself is very difficult, especially if you see yourself a lot, like I do for this. So I would invariably hate it, and then I would lie, and then usually within a day or two, I'd kind of got used to it, and then I would like it a lot. But the best thing about the short hair is that in the meantime, even if you don't like the way it looks, and it sounds like you do, and it sounds like it's super cute, but it feels amazing. Showering with super short hair after a lifetime of long hair is like unreal. It was so good. I tell myself I'll grow it out again one day if I ever want to, but it's really hard to imagine wanting to when it's this comfy. It's hard. You know, I feel cute enough to get through my day. Imagine going to your bank and your statement said XYZ money. Who do you even talk to about that? It's just an algebra equation. They're like, listen, if you want your money, do math. Just seeing the dragon behind you is cute. Dragon. Oh, yeah. That one. Yeah. It's from the Wonderworks toy shop. I was wondering if I'd left the blue whelp up. The blue whelp's on the bottom shelf. My blue whelpling plushie has been mildly chewed on by my dog. Not dramatically so, but, you know, he's been a little bit nibbled. Had long hair as a guy for 2 years. Can't say I ever want that again. Yeah. Hair is very, very personal. You gotta do something that feels right for you. Nothing's worse than hating your hair for, like, whatever reason, whether it's uncomfortable, or it's too much work, or it doesn't feel like you're filling your vision for what you want to look like whatever the reason is. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, but nothing's worse than not liking it yourself. On the whelp shelf, yeah. Need a shelf for my teddies in my room. Hate them being on the floor. I mean, this one is so overdone, it's cliche, but if you've got IKEA available in your area, these things are pretty cheap, and I've had that a long time. As long as you're not, like, you know, bumping into it with, like... I guess it would depend on how high impact your surroundings are. I wouldn't recommend having, like, children climbing on it or anything, but if it's just going to sit there and support teddy bears, then, they're good. It's the Kallax shelf. They also give them away on, like, Craigslist. Yeah, they're super popular, and they've been around for a long time, so they're not too hard to find. Waist length hair is out, half shaven head is in at 4 a.m. Mother was not pleased. Need one of those shells, but for Legos. Children that you like, yeah. Yeah, no, unsecured furniture is so dangerous for little kids. Or anybody that's really gonna climb on it. But yeah, I like those shelves. I have another small one that's in my closet. I like them because they fit those fabric storage cubes super easy, and it's just nice to... It's just a cheap way to put stuff away. It's not the most high-end or classy thing, but who cares? It's furniture. New PC desk. One I have is too small for my wheelchair. Roll on next week and I get a new desk. Oh, nice. I love my desk, but my one complaint with it is that it's built in such a way that I cannot use grip clamps for equipment on anything but the front edge. The side edge and the back edge they all have flat boards and thick ones in a way that prevents me from mounting like my Elgato key lights or anything. So I have one key light clamped onto a separate table over in the corner bouncing off the wall, and I have the other key light on a tripod, like an enormous tripod bouncing off the other wall, because I can't mount either of them to my desk. And then the camera's on a tripod instead of a desk clamp, because I literally couldn't fit one. And I should have looked at that when I was buying the darn thing, because I knew what I was doing. I bought it like when I moved 2 years ago. It was not a surprise that I was going to be streaming.
Beware.
I don't know if I just didn't look at the pictures long enough, or if I got overly excited because I liked it. But I did not think that through. At least the front edge is flippable, so my mic stands good. What is the best piece of furniture to splurge on? I feel like a dresser is not a bad pick, because that's something that you use every day and there's like motion, right? So like it is going to wear out if it's super cheap. I am currently using a shockingly cheap fabric dresser. Like the drawers are made of cardboard with fabric over them, and they just pull in and out of like a real flimsy metal frame. And I've been using that ever since I moved into the place before this one, so probably almost 3 years. And the drawers are like falling apart because I've been using them every day, and they're full of clothes, and you know. That piece of furniture was never intended to live this long, but I just never got around to buying a new one, and now I'm trying to make it last until my next place. Chair or bed, they get the most use. I feel like bed is one, but also if your bed supports your mattress off the ground, I feel like the mattress is more important than the bed frame. I would love a super nice bed frame so that I can feel fancy. I like feeling fancy, but like I can't say that I'm going to get a better sleep on it than if I just have a bed frame that's just like one of those flat grids with the slats underneath it that just keeps your mattress off the floor, right? Like anything upholstered, really? Mm-hmm. So my kid has, they're so flimsy. I got a nice couch, but then I had to get like a really cheap slipcover to put over it to protect it from my doggy. So it doesn't look as fancy now, but at least the structure of it's good. Also, I have a whole bag full of these boxes. You guys think that we're gonna get the here, let's run a prediction. Why not? It'll be fun. Do you think specifically the Pandaren Tome, which is the transmog above me, is going to be in one of these boxes? Just keep in mind 3 or 4 of these are probably from the raid. The rest of them are all Kun-Lai Summit Zone boxes. And I would say that the odds are much stronger that it's not going to be than it is. So take that into account when you're gambling. 1 second. Let me make a prediction. And we're only going to vote for, like, let's say 2 minutes. That seems like a good minimum. All right. You guys think it's in there? Watching your streams and your YouTube videos really makes me want to try out retail. Only ever played Classic. Feel like if I switched to retail, so much time playing Classic would be going to waste. Suggestions on what I should do. I would try retail. It's very different. I would try retail at the beginning of the War Within to see if you like it. I would spend a month or two playing the expansion launch to see if you like the vibe. And then I would compare that to how you felt playing Classic and Wrath and Kata. I know the sunk cost feeling of having a lot of work in one of them, but it doesn't really matter if you're not enjoying yourself every day when you log in. So I think the best way would be to try and see if you like it. But yeah, it's easy for me to say. I've never had to walk away from a big collection of achievements. People are betting. We haven't done a prediction in a while. What are people betting? Do people think it's dropping? A lot of people think it's dropping. Really? It's pretty rare. I did warn you, this is not likely. We do have a whole bag of boxes, but I don't know, man. If I was betting, I would bet on no. There's some channel points gonna change hands today. Told you it's gonna be in the first one. It'll drop on the last box you open. Put good energy out there. Couple more seconds for people to finish voting. You gotta find a new favorite mount to ride in retail. All right. Finding out time. We're just gonna rapid fire go through them. Blam. I'm watching the chat window. I'll let you know if it drops. Or if any other weapons we need to drop. We got a Shadow Pen Dagger. Item ID. It's looking good for the non-believers. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Woo! Oh no. Hey, that's how you know it's not rigged. Listen, my main character manifesting energy can't work every time. Let me run this prediction. Choose outcome. Nope. Very unfortunate fake book. Zoldak was saying recently that it's a reasonably rare one. It's fairly rare, so it's going to take a little bit of doing to get it. I'm surprised I didn't get any of the other ones, though. I got literally one dagger that I already had the appearance of, but it was just that particular item ID that I didn't have yet. And that was the only weapon that dropped in all of them. Time to clean up the bags and get back to it. As the pulse skewed the magic effect. Eat it, nerds. Oh, man. Yeah, at least we got lots of bronze. Consolation prizes, right? There's literally 4 different weapon mogs that I could get from this zone. It's not just that one. Sounds like we're gonna have to farm a little harder. We do have more quests. And if I run out of quests, I do have a good farming spot as well. And it seems like I'm doing enough. At 424, I'm doing enough AoE damage with my Holy Nova now that I can kind of get away with just grinding. Although, who wants to do 3 Holy Novas? We want to do it in 1. We need a more item level. What time is it? It is 11:05 also, so I should consider whether or not I want to do Siege today, because if I do want to do Siege today, I should start now. I don't think I want to do Siege today. Let's not do it. I'm committing to not doing it. Now, I almost made back a third of what I lost on PG gambling. That was fun. I know we didn't win, but it was fun. If we do get it to drop, I'm going to have to pick something else to work on. Siege vacation day. Exactly. We're worth it. We've earned it. I have my kitty cat asleep on my lap. I'm so lucky. This morning I was having my coffee and eating breakfast, and Moosey got up on the couch behind me and he kind of like curled his body around where I was sitting, and it was just like having like a warm curved dog pillow. Snuggling. He's so sweet. He's such a muffin. I tell him all the time. I tell him he's a nugget, I tell him he's a muffin, and he looks at me like, I don't know if, you know, I'm not supposed to know what that is. Mom, I'm a dog. You made top 4 even though 3 people died at the same time.
What's your lucky do?
Oh, in BGs. Oh, listen, that's pure skill. Pure skill. Realistically speaking, if I start Remix now, can I get all the bronze mats playing 2 to 3 hours a day? Yes, absolutely. No problem at all. You could finish all the vendor mog as well if you wanted at 2 to 3 hours a day starting now. The vendor mounts really don't take very long. If you need the expensive ones, it'll take you a little longer. But even then, not too bad. Guess I got a lot of work to do. Good luck. Have fun. I need to turn around. I think I'm done in here for now. I'm having a fun stream. You guys are making it fun. Scenarios are being super cruel today. 75% of them aren't dropping any gear and then put weapon rarity on top of it. Oh no. Are you trying to get something out of a normal scenario? Because I find for heroics I get at least... Like if I do a heroic crypt, I'm getting minimum 2 pieces per run. But I was only getting 1 piece from normal. Now the question is, do I stack up another? Yeah, we'll stack up another batch of them. We'll do another.
Greetings.
Although I don't know if I'll get like a whole bag's worth, but I'll try. I'll do my best. We still need 4 mogs from this zone, so I don't think there's any harm in saving them up for a bit. Normals are rough, no extra boxes. Trying to like kind of like trying to get LFR weapons. Yeah. Jump in the cart. Jump in the cart. Needed all the mounts. Remix ones were fast to do. Yeah, a lot of the time it's cheaper to buy mounts than it is to like upgrade a single piece of gear once. There are a lot of them, but plenty of them are pretty cute. Mount vendor? There's one in each of the bazaars. You're looking for Hemet Nessingwary. He should be standing near some beasts. Is it Hemet or is it one of his brood? I think it might be Hemet. How did raid testing go? Hope you didn't find it stressful. It was good. The most recent round was maybe less important for me to attend than I initially thought. But, you know, more footage can't hurt. I think hopefully we're at the end of that now. Bulked out my map collection a lot through Remix. Hope you're having a lovely day thus far. Thank you, Spoiled Pat. I cannot complain. I was up and at 'em this morning, and I'm gonna be up and at 'em tomorrow morning. And then by Saturday's stream, I'm gonna be real tired and cranky. So if you come back in the weekend and you're like, man, she's grumpy today, that's why. I'm finding some time for some naps. Whenever I put ice cubes in my water and they melt and they make your water taste like ice cubes and by extension freezer, it always tastes really good to me. Maybe because I don't do it very often, so it's like a special thing. It's like, oh man, that's ice water. And it like objectively tastes like freezer, which is not necessarily like a good thing, but like just the connotation of it always makes me feel fancy. I put a lot of ice in my water that I took with me this morning for after class. That tasted like freezer a lot. Newest cats developed this lovely habit of trying to chew on my hair while I'm sleeping. What are they, a little goat? That's so funny. I compare moose to a real moose whenever he starts chewing grass. Ice at someone else's house tastes like their freezer. Well, that's a little spookier. Surprised we haven't found more of these weapons. If I was leveling, I would be very out of luck on weapons so far. That is the one problem with all of the loot being from randomized boxes, is that sometimes you just get like 19 pairs of shoulders and no weapons. I've never heard of an ice cube bag. I like using silicone trays that are completely flexible, they're a bit tricky to put in the freezer. But once they're frozen, it's much easier to get ice out of. I hate getting ice out of super stiff ice cube trays. I always manage to just... It's just no fun. I'm no good at it. And I don't like bendy trays all day. Calm in here. Minerva's sitting on my chair back trying to eat my hair. She always does this when it's fresh washed. Sometimes Miss Kira will like groom me when my hair's fresh out of the shower. She'll lick it and try and put it into place. Which is fine unless I've put hair product in which case I try not to let her because I don't think she's supposed to eat that. It can't possibly be good. You know, all natural is all fine and good until you find out whether or not it's natural enough for your cat to get away with eating it. Plastic bag, multiple pockets. Oh, interesting. Good afternoon, Miss Hazel. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a lovely day so far.
How does today find you?
Oh, we're leaving. Are there many quests up in this area? There must be. I know there's a couple at the village. And then there's a couple at the temple. My speed's capped. Let's take one speed gem out. Speed's still capped. 2 speed gems out. There we go. What are you doing now? Hello. I am playing Panda Remix, questing in the Kun-Lai summit, stacking up these boxes so I can open a ton of them at once to try to get the Pandaren Tome transmog to drop out of them. It's an offhand weapon that is a remix exclusive color, and I thought it would be a fun thing to try to look for. There's also a few other things that might drop for me along the way, but that's the one that I'm specifically targeting because it's fun to have goals. Hope you get it, Hazel. Thank you. The smart thing to do would be to just grind mobs, and then the second smartest thing to do would be to open these boxes as I get them, but it's more fun to get a big bunch of them and then for us to bet on whether or not a bag's worth of them is going to drop the thing. Although it did take me longer than I thought it would to farm 36 of them. Also like having my goals / dreams crushed by RNG. I'm wearing my glasses, so I don't know why my eyes are doing this to me, but I might need to turn the font size up. For a moment, I thought you said that your dream was having your grandparents crushed by RNG. And that doesn't make any sense. Big Fire, thank you for the 56-month resub. Got the Tashalak Transmog Sword after 480 attempts. Holy smokes. Smoky macaroni. Confused as to why the music in your stream was so loud, and then I realized I had Spotify running from last night. Yeah, if it's poppy, it's probably not me. I'm a bring your own playlist kind of streamer. We just have a bit of game music in. I'm otherwise acapella. Use the tongue of Bashan. Sounds kind of invasive.
Hello.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because you got to summon this guy. That really stumped me last time. Must be something up here that I need to do. Tormented spirits slain. Oh. I understand. Are you liking the charming courier mount? It's very cute. It's pretty. It's a nice variety. I think that once pre-patch comes out, I'll probably switch off of that and start skyriding around on something different. But for now, it's the hot new thing. One toy left to grab for remix. Then time to start running heroics. Do you still listen to K-pop? I do, but I only listen to the music that I got into during the era of my life where I got into K-pop. So I don't listen to anything new. I just replay the albums that I had from back then. Very like 2018 through 2020-ish. Approximately. A lot of SM group stuff. Like that it's compact. Yeah, it's nice to just have things that aren't dragons. But I should make some efforts to get some new music into my rotation. Because, it's getting a little stale. Did you enjoy the group that was at BlizzCon? I didn't see the show. I'm a big humbug. I've skipped every BlizzCon concert. the first, I think both years I went, it was time for the show to start, and I found my friends and we went out to eat or drink or both. We ditched. I'm sure they were good though. Wasn't it? I think one of the years was Metallica. That I don't know if that was one of the years that I went or if I just remember that was a thing. Oh yeah. Every time I'm like, where's my quest giver? Ah, that's right. I have to summon him. My bad. You know what blew my mind when I started playing some of the Legion content? Lights Hope Chapel bit. Played a Pally and a DK way back when, so that blew my mind. Every now and then I land on one of these guys and I'm reminded that I'm in the... I never play Dragonflight in the dragon riding talent that disorients mobs when you land on them, but I've been playing Remix in it. I think you might have to. I guess maybe not, but you're not going to be gathering anything. Every now and then I land on somebody, I'm like, wait, sorry, oops. Oh well. It's your time to die. Happens to everybody. Can I just summon him here? Haha, I can.
Hello. Can you hear me?
This is fun. There's actually a decent amount of quests here. You'd think I would be a little faster at this because I have done it. Like, I did it for the achievement a couple of weeks ago on a different character, so I have an excuse to remember it. I just don't. One artist I think you might enjoy if you like the more experimental stuff. Maybe. I'm pretty much only in it for nostalgia right now. It's lame of me, but it's true. That might be it. You're right. I think I'm mixing up my dragon riding talents. I'm having a hard time finishing the ends of my words. It can't be right. Maybe that's just a little bit of not a good enough sleep. Thinking, why is my mouth tired? That doesn't make any sense. Stealing their Thunder King. Whoa, whoa. Anyway, have you heard of the new Hurricane trailer for the fake WoW racing game he made? I haven't, and I feel like I'm a few steps behind the question in general. Who? who made a fake WoW racing game, and what is a Hurricane trailer? I'm behind. I tried putting on the Charlie album Brat this morning when I was on my way into town, and it was partying too hard for me for 6 a.m. I thought it would get me hyped, and it was just a little too much. I wasn't ready for it. Too old. Maybe in the afternoon. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna have to click on that little dragon like 7 times before I remember that I can summon Shen. I love Brat. Yeah, Deb. It does seem good. I'm fully subscribing to the trio of new pop girls for the summer. Not for every hour. He's a YouTuber? Oh, okay. World of Racetrack. Neat. Chapel Roan is my favorite. I've worn out the Rise of the Midwest Pop Princess. I have completely worn it out. I haven't downloaded Sabrina's album. I don't even know if it's out. It must be. I guess, I don't know. But I should add that to the rotation. Chapel Roan is pop music. I think my favorite songs off the album are Femininomenon, which is fun to say, Red Wine Supernova, and Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl. I think you just have to try it. I don't know who I could relate it to. It's pop like Chapel Roan. New favorite thing about Sabrina is that she is no lie, Bart Simpson's niece. I can't get into this cave. I'm having a moment. All right, we're just gonna really slowly glide around and look for any obvious looking. Okay. All right. Deep breaths, everybody. No, it's not this one. What do you mean? Maybe it is. Chen, can you help me? You're not even Chen. It's Cho.
Yes. I can
Save me.
hear.
I'm having a hard time. Watched the Eras tour last March. Cried a lot. All 3 of the Chapel songs are so high energy I can't listen to them when I drive. I am definitely more of a bangers than ballads person when it comes to pop music. I have to be in a very specific mood for slow songs, and it doesn't happen very often. I usually want up-tempo. Alright. Is this? Nope, that's not it either. That's where the dailies do the thing. Locate his remains. The Tablet of Thunder should help you figure out how to access his tomb. Do I have a Tablet of Thunder? Of course not. I'm supposed to read it. Hang on. This is getting silly. I'm just gonna wowhead it. When in doubt, just plug in coordinates. Lessons from history. Entrance at 53,46. That's what we want to see. Do I have coordinates on? Of course not. 53,46. It's in the same cave you just were. Oh! 53,46. 53? There. 26k out of 38 to get that last toy. Oh, easy. You've got it easy. No problems. There's one thing about me is that it's always bad, but it's worse when I'm streaming. I will never remember where I've been in the past. I could have just left a cave or a building, and if someone tells me, or a quest tells me to go back where you just were, I will have no idea at all. It drives Flabby nuts. I don't hold on to any of that in my short-term memory for some reason. It's worse when I'm streaming, but it's bad anytime. And it can be quite a problem. Because there are a couple of quests that expect you to remember things like that. We're living in the moment. Was never a big Lana Del Rey fan, but I recently heard a cover she does of Doing Time, and I loved it. I like some Lana. Sometimes it's not my vibe, but sometimes it is.
Under Kun-Lai thunder sleeps. The storm long spent their rests. But blood of brother kingdom
No
keeps
SOD today.
alive the dispossessed.
No. Do you mean SOO?
Blood
Or do you mean Season of Discovery?
will be taken.
I'm not planning to run Siege of Orgrimmar,
Remorse,
and I have no plans to play Season of Discovery. What other bases can we cover? What else could that stand for?
Secure the remains, brothers.
Separation of duty.
The Thunder King shall live again.
Soldiers of Destruction. Superoxide Dismutus. Dismutacy? I have no idea. Small outline diode. Septo-optic dysplasia. Well, now we're just reading. Segregation of duties. System of a Down. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Yeah, no, I'm not a Season of Discovery. I'm not a classic person, really. I dabbled with a little bit of hardcore classic, and that's it. I wouldn't hold your breath for classic content from me. Can I turn this in here?
What news?
Just in case they want me to go any further in here, they do. Perfect. Chop Suey was very popular when I was in high school. What an era. My tapeworm tells me where to go. Little SOT for you. I'm not even going to pretend to have any idea what you're talking about, but I hope you're happy. I'm glad. I hope it makes sense to somebody. Oh, I'm just trying to get this thing to drop. Needles in case you don't know the track. Gunther's sitting on my desk in front of my screen, pawing at the raiders as we do bosses. He's raid leading. It's like, hey, you, move your feet. Watch it. Makes perfect sense to my tapeworm. So some mobs, not these ones, but some enemies do have a chance to drop this map that I need, is my current understanding. Everyone's favorite way to farm Veil weapons? Mobs, rares, rep dailies. The rares seem like they're up a lot. I would kind of trip over the rares while I was leaving the zone to go places. The dailies are good too. Where? Oh, there's one. Give it. Wow. Well, I got a item ID, which means I had the appearance already, but one more thing for the All the Things collection. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Well, we're ready to leave this area. That's nice. I guess I can scrap my speed gems now that I'm fast enough to be at speed cap. Oh, I have to take the ferry. Okay. We'll be able to get a couple more gear upgrades when I'm out of here. Just with the bronze we've gotten from doing this. Upgrading's not fast enough for me, but I don't get to complain about it when I'm literally not doing raids. I wonder if somebody knows the answer to Stoffmaker's question, because I actually don't. Somebody must. Once pre-patch goes live, leveling in Remix will be faster. I didn't read that. I don't think it has a huge impact on me, because leveling in Remix is already so fast, and I have so many characters done. I think I'm pretty much set. It's a good tip, though. Yeah, we were doing 2.5 hours a pop.
Hello. Next one is on me.
Yeah, at a certain point, what are you leveling characters for? I like leveling a lot, but for me, leveling... I did make a bunch of remix characters, but sometimes it's about the journey. And when you're making them that fast, it feels like you're just kind of like filling a folder full of files. You know, you're not realistically going to play all of them at a certain point. There's only so much time in a day. However, I do know people like to collect like one of each thing. I accidentally made 7 dwarves in remix. Oh. Here I go. Dwarfing again. 170 each. Most of mine are allied, doing horde with remix. Got a pally of all races. One of each armor type to max. Felt great. I have all the classes covered now, which I didn't before. At least not with characters that weren't deleted. Looking forward to doing their heritage quest when they join retail. I'm gonna have to remember to do mine. I'm gonna forget. It's gonna get completely washed away in the excitement of the new expansion release. All these characters that I leveled for heritage armor, I'm gonna totally forget to actually do their quest. I know I could do it now with like a class trial character, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna wait. And then I'm gonna forget. And then eventually I'm gonna remember, and then I'm gonna be like, wait, which ones again? What were we doing? Where? Who? How? Tried the class trial thing last night. Didn't work for me. I wonder if something happened with it then. I haven't done it. I have no first-hand experience. It's dark. I don't think I'm going to be able to totally fill the bag up, but I think what I'm going to do is just get as many of the boxes as I can before noon. So the next like 25 minutes or so. And then we'll open them all and call it a day.
What do you need?
Tell me of your travels.
I know that houses and stilts are a thing in lots of places. And here sometimes you'll see a listing for a house and part of it's like hanging over a cliff and they have like big load-bearing supports to help stabilize it. But it just makes me so nervous because it feels like the first earthquake that happens, that thing's going right off the hill. At least these ones are on fairly flat land. It's just, I guess, in case water comes up. Or, you know, it's a video game, it's just for fun. But they make me so nervous, even though I'm sure they're... I don't know anything about actual, like, structural engineering. Shocking.
Hello.
I'm sure someone's thought it through, but like, oh, it makes me spooky.
Hello. Goodbye.
A tectonic thingy nearby. In Pandaria? There's a question. Where are the fault lines of Azeroth? Where are all the earthquake elementals at? Also, if Azeroth is a being, are the fault lines just like really dry skin or what? This is shocking. I come to this stream specifically for your structural engineering hot takes. Because nothing makes engineering better than uneducated people guessing. Yeah, that looks like it'll hold. Listen, we can't all be gifted at everything.
Welcome.
I have too many quests and I don't know what I'm doing.
Farewell.
Sometimes that happens to me. I'll get overwhelmed. I'll have like 5 quests that are all overlaying the same area, and I'll just kind of look around and be like, okay, what's glowing? What's sparkling? Who can I talk to? And then it'll be nothing.
Speak
And I'll
up.
be like, there must be something I can do.
Until next time.
Surely.
What
Hello.
do you need?
You're frightened.
Goodbye.
How can I make you feel better? I can't. That just sucks, dude. Maybe we'll try a different area. Hero, I'm scared. Too bad. That blows. I remember a computer game we played in middle school where we had to build bridges using real-world physics and materials. That was fun. That does sound kind of cool. Some of my favorite Taskmaster tasks are when they give them this big, like, board with miniatures and, like, a little water river, and they make them make bridges that support weight out of, like, I don't know, random, like, crafty objects. And then, of course, all the people doing this are comedians, so you get to find out who remembered what they learned about physics and structure from school and who's just kind of guessing madly. And then, of course, they always, like, put some real supplies that would be actually useful for it, and they hide them somewhere with, like, a hint under the table or something dumb on the camera side of things. I think there's a new season of it that I can watch at some point. Although I'm getting really excited about the Olympics. I've been watching as many athletic documentaries as I can find on Netflix. Especially the more recent ones that are coming out that involve people that are going to be in the Olympics. I'm gonna watch a lot of it. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna pick random things that are on, and I'm going to figure out what they're trying to do, and then I'm gonna be really excited when they do it. Brother's high school physics class required they make a bridge out of a certain number of toothpicks. Could hold a 15 to 20 pound weight. That sounds hard. And Taskmaster, they were just supposed to support a little model cow. Good morning, Hazel. How are you? Good morning. I am good. Thank you for asking. I am sore. I have been moving and it makes me hurt. Dressage core. Anyone else always fail with the captures with the tiles? I swear sometimes they're wrong. Like sometimes they're kind of open for interpretation. Like they'll say, select all the ones with a sign in them, and you know, some of them have something that you could maybe interpret as a sign depending on what criteria they're using. They weren't specific enough about their question. I hate those ones. Someone I know just qualified for the Olympics, and now I will be watching, cheering her on. Oh, that's so exciting. Watch the wrestling tournaments. I don't know what all they do. They have it listed somewhere on a website. I've asked this before, but what's your favorite one in the Summer Olympics to watch? I don't know what mine is. There's too many that are exciting. I like the diving. That's really fun. 25-meter pistol. Trampoline. I think all the gymnastic events are super exciting to watch. Swimming and diving, because I swam and dove for 15 years. Friend is a diver in the Olympics. It's just so wild. It's so interesting to watch Olympians do incredible things with their bodies. And then you look at yourself on the couch eating Doritos and you're like, we're the same species. We're technically alike. In the most general sense of the word. Tastes so good though. Yeah. Decathlon. Dressage. Isn't dressage horses? I guess I don't know what dressage is. I always thought it was horses doing little clippy clappies. Which is, I'm sure, a very reductionist take. I'm sure there's more to it than horses doing clippy clappies. Just like climbing is really strong people using their squeezers. It's the fancy prancing horses. Oh man, climbing actually. Have you seen speed climbing? People fly up vertical walls like Spider-Man, and it's freaky. It's like, I looked up a couple of YouTube videos because I heard about it, and I'm like, no way. People don't do that. And I looked at it, and I'm like, they do it. Low-key terrifying. Just like crazy explosive power. Wild. I'm missing one Amani skirmisher. That's a tiger. That's different.
Greetings.
Go.
I hope to see you again soon.
They need to make professional tag an Olympic sport.
You have the eyes
Why do I
of
feel like
one
professional
who has
tag would
traveled
get like
much.
violent, like really brutal?
Family, friends.
Breakdancing is now an Olympic sport. Do they have ultimate frisbee in there, or is that still something people are working on? Flag football's a trial sport this year. Fun sport to watch tag. Tag was always kind of not my favorite game to play when I was a kid, because it's very easy to lose if you're not fast. You'll get immediately caught, and then you run out the rest of recess being unable to catch anybody else, and then everybody gets bored and you're not fun to play with. One more exhausted defender here. I have dyspraxia. Tag is evil.
Oh, hello.
Slow down.
My collection of boxes. I wonder what's in my boxes.
There must be stairs. There must be stairs. Okay, there are stairs. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna land on there. It's just not happening. Not a chance. Pro tag does end up looking like battle parkour.
Oh, the cute mushroom shirt you're wearing. Oh, thank you. It's comfy.
Now this is the kind of quest I like. It's a bunch of mobs with orange plater nameplates, indicating that I just need to kill those for my quest and we're good. Have my final physio appointment today. Congratulations! They get you doing some good stretches and exercises, or maybe it's a different kind of thing. I had to do. I'm not very experienced, but I had to do a little bit of physio when I was a kid to help correct some pigeon-toedness, and
They made me do my stretches every day.
And I would also giggle incessantly because I was like 11, and they had a difficult time making me stop giggling. How to do stretches, get the last little bit of mobility back. Speaking of mushrooms, we bought new kitty a little mushroom hut for her bed, and naturally she prefers to sleep in the temporary cardboard box bed we made in the night we got her. If she's anything like my cat, if you leave the mushroom bed out somewhere, she will discover it in like 4 to 6 months. For Kira and beds, it has to be her idea. If she thinks that I'm trying to get her to use a bed, she'll be like, ew, no, gross. Listen, I'm an independent cat. I have taste. So she needs to, like, find it. Right now, the spot that she's found is the place off the side of the bed where I chuck the extra blanket when I'm too lazy to fold it and put it away nicely. And now I don't have the heart to fold it away and put it away nicely because my cat nests in it during the day. I betcha she's there now. But it is nice because it's an out-of-the-way spot where I'm not liable to, like, step on her. Zandalar, prisoner questioned. Where is he? Upstairs? I got questions. Hello. What's for lunch? Where have the Thunder King's remains been taken? Maybe that one.
Rotten. You are too late. The remains of the Thunder King were taken to the Isle of Reckoning. We performed the ancient rites.
Work from home, so I have alarms set on my phone to remind me to get up and go stretch. Continue to do physio stretches long after I graduated from therapy. Back pain's no joke. Yeah. I mean, it does wonders when you're consistent with it. It's just tough to be. It's tough to be consistent, especially if you don't want to. When you're motivated, it gets a bit easier. I guess there's nothing that motivates you quite like back pain. Oh man. What are your best tips for delayed onset muscle soreness? I know people like cranberry juice, people like ice, like icing, like temperature alternation. People like staying super hydrated. Oh, stretching obviously. That's a good one. Oh man. I'm about to seize up into a congealed sausage. Small bed under my desk for my dog to hide. Cat has stolen it and gives the dog dirty looks if he comes over to lay down in it. Ah, yes. Tradition. The older I get, the more I want to care for my body to avoid being in pain. Body much less tolerant than it was when I was a teen. I joined a guild when I didn't mean to. I thought it was a queue invite. Now I need to awkwardly leave. You don't want to drop like a sick one-liner in chat and be like, sorry, I thought this was a Wendy's. CBD topicals? Sometimes I'm skeptical when I see CBD products, not because I don't think it has any use, but because, at least around here, it became a bit of a fad to the point that you get it in everything. So now I'm like suspicious because I can't parse out which things are actually beneficial because they have CBD in them and which things somebody just thought that putting it on the package would make them sell more. I don't remember what it was, but I saw a really silly one recently that, like, it couldn't possibly have done anyone any good for it to be CBD related. I don't know what it was, though. I wish I remembered. Something really ridiculous. CBD toilet paper. Wait. You just wait for it. Someone's gonna say that CBD toilet paper changed their life. Healed them from the bottom up.
The Thunder King lives.
Listen, we're not watching streams for the highbrow comedy. If we don't take the easy shots, there's nothing left.
What wisdom do you seek?
Maybe we'll get the book in our second batch here. We're almost there.
Got my last missing transmog piece from the tier 14 LFR raids. Congratulations, Pythias. That's quite a project.
You
Holy
have the
smokes.
eyes of one
I need
who has
tons of them
traveled
still.
much.
Precious.
Oh, we did. Oh, they want me to get a bunch of stuff. Otherwise, it would be too easy. That mount is genuinely impressive. It's pretty cute. I like it. Now that I've seen the spines coming out of it that make it dragony, though, I can't unsee them. They freak me out a little bit. I feel like owls should... I don't think they should be soft. I guess I've never squished one. I think it might be the last thing I do, but they should look soft. It's like it's got extra bone spikes. Been looting a lot of threads in just the last, like, 5 minutes, and for a moment I thought I was accidentally opening boxes. Maybe I was. Something. I got another item ID for a mace. That's something. I love these guys. I'm glad I teamed one as a hunter pet on Squidgy. I think I'm going to keep that one forever. I think Squidgy's hunter pets are pretty sacred. I think I'm going to get like a Mushan for a ferocity pet, but I'm going to keep her Pandaria themed pet so she can always remember where she came from. Where she started from. Although, if I do play her in the War Within, it would be hard because there's some really cool hunter pets coming. I need the little ground fishies. I need them. It's important. Get my hunter collect some rare spawn hunter pets. I hope I can go fishing this weekend. I didn't go last weekend and I missed it, but it was so blazing hot that it wasn't the right time for us to be going out. Plus I had some appointments. Want to get the porcupine on top of the mountain? Shellfish is insane now instead of smelly. Did he take a bath? He did, but you know what? His bath was a while ago. I think his smelliness may have come back. Let's reinstate him. There we go. Mud skippers would be perfect squidgy pets. It kills me every time when they go from just like lumping along very calmly, you know, sedately, and then as soon as they start to run, their arms get really long and it's like, they're like, go! Like, they always look like they're fleeing flames, you know? Like, there's a big fire behind them and there's gas cans in there somewhere. Windmill mode activate. It kills me every time. It's like such a simple gag, but it's so good. I've not seen the video they posted of the Mud Skipper Choir. That sounds great.
Tell me of your travels. May the red crate live forever in your...
I mean, we managed to nearly restock our bags. Although, if we don't get it soon, we're gonna be relegated to grinding them the old-fashioned way because we're kind of sort of starting to run out of quests in this zone. I might get an extra bronze cache just for repeating the questing achievement at some point.
You have the
Maker,
eyes
thank
of
you for the
one who
5-month
has
resub.
traveled much.
Appreciate it very much. Looking forward to going back and taming the lava mammoth with tentacles from that one dragonflight dungeon. Oh yeah. I know which one you mean. The name's not coming to me right now though. Oh, that's a pretty tree. I bought a bonsai tree in Stardew Valley and I stuck it on my living room table in my farm. It's like 7 pixels wide, but it makes me happy. Oh. I don't know why this happened, but it's pretty.
You are most welcome.
At least he's in an instance, so you don't have to fight anybody for a spawn or anything. Okay, I think I'm gonna start the prediction. What we're guessing is whether or not the tome that I'm looking for is going to come from this batch of bags. There's not as many bags as there were last time, although it might even out because there were a few from raid before. Bear in mind, not a high drop rate. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 28, 20, 30. We've got 30 chances here. So I'm gonna run the same prediction again. With 2 minutes if you want to bet your channel points. You don't have to, it's just for fun. There's no harm done either way. Gonna doubt with all of my 160 points. I'm still doubting because that's just because it feels like it couldn't possibly be that easy. 50% drop rate, either it comes or it doesn't. Oh, we got a big believer. Huge believer. Can I see who it was? Surely I can, but I can't figure it out. Got this one as a rare drop recently. Think I snagged it in my warlock. I want it. It's a cute little understated red book. I'm making a point out of it. Even if I don't get it by pre-patch, I'm getting this one. This one's not getting away from me. Scrap a couple extra gems here. I'll keep my stat ones. I suppose I don't really need leech, do I? A little extra bronze to spend on his gear. Running an add-on called Remix Opener just for the boxes? Why, you don't like clicking on every single one individually? But the excitement? I want that thing as a pet that just passed. The porcupine. I think we have some porcupine paddle. You can tame them as hunter pets, and they're actually really small. They shrink down really tiny if they're hunter pets, but there are a few of them, I think. Porcu. Yeah, there's a regular one from the sack of pet supplies from something or another. And then there's different colors from different things, actually. It's the regular looking one. He's small. Alright. Let's figure it out. Will it drop? We got 30 chances. I'm just gonna hammer them all at once, and I'll let you know. We'll hear the sound anyways. Drum roll. We're looking for a Pandaren tome. Guys? Hello? I got 2 different stabs, but I already had them. Nothing! Zilch! Zip! Batooey! Big rip. Oh man. This is still our list. Still 4 things from Kun-Lai Summit after 66 66 boxes. Who's this? Who is it? How you doing? Hi buddy. You wanna say hi? He's not sticking around. Where are you going? Lucy? I think I need a treat or a toy or something if I'm going to entice him to come back. Lizzie! Hey, you can see part of the dog. Oh, yeah. Here, I'll fix the angle a little bit. We're wrapping up the stream pretty soon, just a heads up. Whoa! Don't mind the mess under everything. Can you come? Oh my god. Oh, good sit. Good sit. Can you read out? Oh. Can you touch? Oh, good boy. Yeah, okay, you can have a cookie. Well, you can have half a cookie. Okay, you can have a quarter of a cookie. I'm really mean. Good boy. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Oh, thanks. Let's see. You look over here. Can you sit? And shake. Shake. That's my beautiful baby boy. I think we're losing him though. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.